How it's supposed to feel. How it's supposed to
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, jam to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel?
How's it supposed to feel?
How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said.
How's it supposed to feel?
How's it supposed to feel?
We had two big wins today, everybody. Nobody would know though, because well, there's a handful of you that got to watch the video. My hair is crazy. I was going to bed, then I looked up some stock prices, and I was like, "Wow, I was really right." And so were you. Those of you who watched the video today, you understood that there was something going on. We had a red wedding of sorts in Hollywood. Well, big tech media, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you can hear me. The winds of change are blowing, Sultan Al Fahim. Absolutely. Absolutely. Indeed. Yeah. I mean, we had Ord's board rocking the box just a few minutes ago. Wes got struck again, right? A day after his last strike. It's like a perpetual two strikes for him. He's always stuck on two strikes. They keep throwing him up there. He keeps fouling them off, but they won't let him have anything. So Wes got struck again tonight. Lots of crazy stuff. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate all of you being out there. But we had a big win today. Well, first of all, I had a big win. I wasn't on a grand jury. That was a big win because that would have been like weeks. Have you ever been on a major trial like that, a grand jury or something like that? You could be impaneled forever. I mean, it's just nuts. But yeah, so let's talk about the big win that we had today. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure that a lot of people saw this coming. I did. And you know what? I'm going to take credit. When I get something right, I'm going to take credit. When I get something wrong, I'm going to, say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's very, what do you call it? I think that's called being Canadian. But let's take a look real quick. This is what we were right about today. Netflix, they found their red wedding. Massive bloodletting there today. Massive, in like the craziest way ever. just whoopsie. Right. And look, they lost. We'll get to that in a minute. They lost massive shareholder value today. And I want to say thank you to all of you who are in the chat. I can't believe I've got a whole lot of chats going on. There's 34 of you out there in the world. And of course, the amazing human that I call my friend, one of the people that I consider part of my family at this point, just because, he's such a great person. George Molo says for 1999, hail, my friend. Love late night culture. That's my jam. Absolutely. And you are my, you're one of the morning stars. You're one of the people that lead the pack, my friend, and we appreciate you in so many different ways. Your channel is exploding. If you're not subscribed to George the Giant Slayer, I don't know why, but thank you for the super chat, my friend. Ryan Cannell just did a vid on Netflix. Well, guess what? I was there first. I was there this morning. I was there a couple days ago. Didn't want to drop it till today. We got my buddy Tom out there in the chat. So many amazing human beings there. I'm just absolutely stoked. My editor did a great job on today's video. I'm trying some new stuff, guys. Maybe you've seen the cameras flipping around. We had, camera positions changing and everything else. We're gonna keep the production level high. Thank you all for being here. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate you. I'm coming from the weirdest place right now. It's so amazing when you get things exactly the way that you expect them to be. And I lately, I'm gonna take a lap and say I've been getting it right a lot lately on a lot of different things. So thank you all for supporting me out there. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you. Hopefully my editor, if Grant's out there, will get a chance to join me. He's a producer, so he can pop in whenever he wants. We got lots of people out there. Kai MFS, Joker Voice is hanging out. We got my friend Eric K, the ever lovely Tina is here. Good to see you, love. Fat Elvis, Sultan Al Fahim is here. Good to see you, my friend. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, Mama Bear. Good to see you, love. Ords is here. HVP is here. Makani is here. Dude, you should probably be rocking the bed, right? We got Bashi Washi out there. London Fog 66. Yes, absolutely. First late night stream I catch. Hail to you indeed. Brahma Bull, my friend, is out there. We got Awesome One out there. Man, I can't believe all you humans. You are so supportive. I appreciate you so very much. Cody Guy, good to see you all. Your Muslim uncle. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm really trying. You guys are everybody. You are so important to me. You don't even know. I am way up past my bedtime. I do look excited indeed. There's no doubt. My very talented friend Andy Masterson is out there in the world. He is killing it with his action figures. Man, I'm stoked. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. I'm up. You don't know. I should be in bed. I should have been in bed a while ago, but let's talk about this. Netflix talks. It took a dump. I saw this coming. I couldn't believe it. It's amazing. What's up, Judicon? It's insane. This thing was a giant. Why am I on this? I sent you an invite. What is? Check your DMs. Check your DMs, my friends. We've got so many of you that I look to as just, part of my family, and just check your DMs. That's all I have to say. But look, we saw it coming. The Red Wedding was coming. Netflix is kind of like the bellwether. We're going to call them a bellwether. That's the proper term for something that usually leads the pack. It's something that it kind of spells the future out for an entire market sector. So whether you're media or big tech, Netflix kind of sets the pace, and it has for a very long time. They're the granddaddy of all of this jam, right? For as much as, Amazon, keeps a little bit of distance here and there. You have obviously Netflix setting the pace for everybody else. So I predict bad things for these streaming services. Look, we have a terrible economy. It's not good. Terrible economy. We have absolutely awful awful indicators across the board. If you look at the markets and everything else, but the people who pay attention, they really knew this was kind of on the horizon. And of course, I'm using data from an inside trader, an insider position from the trade magazines and some stuff I got from some other people. And somebody else who gets a lot of data and a lot of information is my friend here, Tom from Midnight.
Where the fuck were you earlier?
Dude, I had to make up for so much because I was, trying to be not on a
Make it up
jury.
to me.
I'm making it up to you now, love. I'm making it up to you now.
You're not. You weren't on my show, and all hell's breaking loose. We're in the middle of the final and you're not anywhere near it.
I'm right here. And you know what? We are in the middle of the final here's part of it right here.
Fucking A right. Culture. This is it. It's happening.
People are done with a lot of this stuff, and
we have officially become the Office meme.
Yes. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
happening.
It's happening. That's right. Oh man, you guys are so great. We got Brahma Bull out there dropping $2, and West didn't get struck. He got nuked. Are you kidding me? I thought he only got hit with another strike. I thought.
What do you mean he got nuked?
Okay, so West did his normal Star Trek thing, right?
Where?
And every time his strike falls off, he gets another strike. I know he's live.
What is he getting strikes for Star Trek? I don't understand.
Okay, but he doesn't even run the episode on.
So why is he getting strikes?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, his channel is like fucking gone, dude.
Oh god, that's terrible.
Oh, fuck me.
He doesn't deserve that.
What the hell? Over what?
I don't know. He's, I know he's live right now. I didn't know that before I got the stream set up.
How is he live if he doesn't have a channel?
He's on alternate channels that he operates.
Oh,
he has.
I don't know where he's at.
I think he's on Conspiracy for his Conspiracy Guy Chronicles channel.
I think I used to. Wait, maybe I had that one.
Yeah,
I didn't get an alert, but
it just breaks my heart because, if that's actually the case, dude, if he actually got nuked, I mean, what is he going to do? He better make it appeal. We need to fix it.
Tell him to get over here and tell us what's going on.
That's a good idea. Let's do that. Let me.
Because now I don't want to know.
I gotta find.
Inquiring
George, if you're still out there, I sent you a DM as
well. George. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss him too. Yeah, I don't get to hang out with George.
I'm just as gay as Thor now for George, just so you know.
Oh man,
because I said I missed him, so that means I must love him in a non-platonic way, according to the Twitters.
The Twitteries.
Yeah.
Or the Twitterati.
Because I'm like Star-Lord now.
Oh well,
and Thor. I want to give him my hammer.
Oh, I know, baby. You look into my eyes.
You missed such a great show earlier.
I know. Would you stop? I was listening. I just couldn't be there, man. You're making me feel bad. Why do you
were listening while you were masturbating? What?
That is not what I said.
That is what I heard.
I'm sure you did. Deleted Scenes sends us a super sticker for 99 cents. Thank you for that, Deleted Scenes. I saw a couple other supers roll through. Thank you.
You can't mess with my headcanon.
Ooh, I got a headcanon for you, baby. Wow, that sounded bad.
That did go in a bad place, but it worked.
It did. Yeah. Judicon sends me $4 and a cup of coffee. Let me tell you, I'm going to need it because we got to talk about this, man. Look, Ezra.
I saw this and we didn't talk about this. You want to know why? We didn't talk about Netflix earlier because you didn't show the fuck up.
I know it's my fault. But here's the weird thing, dude. I dropped this video this morning. I said, Grant, this has to drop tomorrow.
I knew this. I saw this and I'm like, this is going to be a discussion with culture. And you didn't show up.
I screwed up, bro. I'm sorry.
They're down 200. So what's the reason?
100,000 reasons, dude. Elijah shows like it has begun 100%. Okay, you know what the reason is. I mean, first of all,
that's called a setup for you.
Look, the value in streaming has fallen off a cliff. Netflix has to go out. You know why? Netflix had to go out and produce a bunch of material themselves. That didn't help. But then you have markets. They can no longer expand into new markets. You know why?
I thought it was a triumph.
Nah, I don't think so. But you also have the fact that they have to produce their own content now. They can't go out to the studios, which now have their own streaming services, get additional content. I know. And on top of it all, I mean, if you step back and you watch it, they're not well positioned to survive without outside.
And this is didn't the new season of Stranger Things just drop or something?
Season
recently?
4 dropped their trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they've.
That's what I was wondering. Like, do they have anything right now that's really keeping people? That's where I wonder where some of the churn is coming from. Because they don't have a Cobra Kai right now. They don't have a Stranger Things. They don't have a Witcher going. They don't have, what's the other one? The Squid Games. They don't have any of those right now.
No, they don't. They don't, and they need them, and that's the problem, right? And Gaumont is actually shopping themselves to other studios now. Did you know that the people responsible for
they've been
a lot of their content? I mean, a lot of their good stuff, like the Mexican cartel thing. I always forget what.
Yeah, didn't they do the Narcos? Okay,
yeah, Narcos. Yeah,
they produced Highlander, but I don't know if they have any.
They've got
in that anymore.
They've got stuff out
there.
They
just had the TV show, so I don't know.
Yeah, your Muslim uncle. I am so glad that you're here. These late night shows rock. It's Ramadan, absolutely, and I'm glad you're a part of your holiday. So I'm barely in, and tonight the wife and I are watching Shang-Chi and the 10 Communists.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! Oh no!
I watched RoboCop.
Oh, did you really?
I did.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, everybody's like, fuck YouTube. Yeah, with Wes gone. Yeah. Hey, George. Oh, shit. George.
George. So they can see his beautiful face. Look at that.
Up there.
Look at that awesome fucking shirt.
I know. Dude.
Is that Japanese or Chinese Wolverine?
Japanese.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that, George.
I should know. That looks, that's Japanese.
Wait, I have to highlight George. There's George. George is
that's
rocking
an
the
awesome
Wolverine shirt. Dude.
I got my elf shirt on, I think.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, wait. Okay. Wait. Oh,
Alf.
that's
Alf.
Oh, man. You know what? Mike's not here.
Oh,
that's why that's why you're getting away with that.
I'm all shaved. I'm clean shaved. They even shaved my chest today. Look at that shit.
They did? Who they?
Yeah, the doctor peoples.
Oh, what did they do to you?
They were doing tests on me, and I'm like, Doc, you're hitting me with so much gamma rays, and I'm upset. I haven't turned green yet. And he's like, well, I'm trying not to piss you off. So I'm like, touche, Doc, touche.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did this stream. When I was watching,
and he's like, they are gamma rays too, by the way.
There.
Are you going to turn green later?
That's what I asked him, and he said no.
Son of a
not enough. No, I said, pump me, Doc. Pump me.
Hit it again and again.
You're like, I don't want to have to go to the gym. I just want to get huge.
Fucking right.
That's right.
That's what you got to do. You got to do that. Who was the guy who played? Was it Bill Bixby who played?
Yeah, Bill Bixby. Yeah, it was Bruce
Banner.
Can you do that? Do you remember that, Tom? You don't want
God! I can hear the theme music in my head.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Mr. McGee.
You wouldn't like.
Yeah, he had a
in the trailer or the intro. That's what it always because he was talking to Mr. McGee.
Wouldn't like
the guy was always cracking him down.
Do you remember when he took on Bigfoot?
Of course,
dude. I'm telling you, Lou Ferrigno is still.
Actually, I think it was a bear, but
I thought it was
a Bigfoot too. I think it was a bear, but
I think he actually did.
I thought it was the $6 million man who took on a Bigfoot.
I don't know, but dude, I loved 70s and 80s.
But the Hulk did fight a bear.
A bear.
Yeah, the Hulk was a
which I think has half the time a guy in a suit. So you could I could see where
half a
kid's mind and memory could kind of meld the two.
I always thought of it as Bigfoot. I never thought of it as a bear.
Maybe, yeah.
Who's the one who fought the robot Bigfoot or robot bear? You know what I'm talking about?
I think that was $6 million man. It was Bionic Woman. Parrot had corrected me. See,
wow. See,
I knew it was one of them.
And we're old people, so we all saw this when it was real.
I do look like I just came out of the Matrix pod, and I look like that guy from David Letterman.
What I'm thankful for.
I'm trying to catch up with the chat. You guys are on fire tonight. Holy cow.
When I saw that Netflix news, I said I can't wait to talk to Culture. I knew it.
Oh man, this was one of those videos.
Yeah, on that. The reason I brought up all those shows is I wonder if they're going to start rethinking their whole dumping a show all at once.
Oh no, I don't think they're going to do that because that's what got them success. The problem is if you trace it right back, at least in my opinion, if you trace their shift, It started to happen 6 months before they brought the Obamas on. And then when they brought the Obamas on as, when they put them on the board and brought them as consultants, they brought a whole bunch of radicals. And that's where you started seeing, they're like, we're going to change our messaging to activism. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah, Sasquatch made an appearance on 6 Million. You guys are on fire. I love the chat.
You know what Hulk would say after he smashed a Bigfoot, though?
No.
Not so Bigfoot.
That's true. So George, no, I think you're right. I think you can trace it back to when their content needs shifted. And again, I mean, this happens because they have to go outside and they have to produce their own content. They can't go back to the studios. The studios aren't doing business with them anymore. Right. I think that's really it.
Yeah, but are the studios doing that? See, because when Netflix puts its mind to it, it can create some really great content. Do you think the studios, on the other hand, are trying to isolate them because they took such a big chunk of the market? You think they're basically going, let's, like the old guys in the back rooms, let's get together and
I'd like to think that something was planned here, but things are not going well on either end. And this is something Culture and I have talked about many times over. The mistake was made when all these film companies go, God, look at all this money we're raking in from Netflix. We should do this ourselves. Not realizing that that it's that licensing money they were raking in, and you have to create something. And if you don't have that income, and you kill all these other ancillary incomes in the process, i.e., HBO Max, by dropping all of their major films in a year, I mean, God knows how much that costs them. I mean, we can sit right here and kind of estimate that, Godzilla versus Kong alone probably cost the company a good $200-300 million or better.
I agree.
I think they lost. Warner Brothers, that's water under the bridge.
Wonder Woman 84 probably would have done better, because if people had to known how shitty it was, it would have had a day or 2 or 3 to play before word got around.
Right.
Hey, well, here's something.
And there's some other ones too, Space Jam and all that stuff. Anyway, go ahead, George. Sorry.
Think about it. Think about it. Right after the Obamas came, they distributed the kiddie show, the French one.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, cuties.
I didn't want to. Okay, it's not that. I didn't want to give them any more. So you got cuties. So you got cuties, right? And then you had the schmuck, the Bill Nye Science guy who started the whole let's talk the trans and gender to kids.
Right.
So, and now think of this perfect storm. Disney was exposed, and instead of putting their head in the sand and going quiet, they doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and it blew up. So parents during the coof all had become aware of what kids were being taught in school. So you hit them with what Netflix is doing a little bit here. That's nothing. We're just thinking about it. That's one point. Then all of a sudden, a little while later, you see the movies. They're degenerating. Then you see Disney. So it seems to me like it's all turning into this perfect storm. Parents are going, you know what? To hell with this. Unplug. Teach them. I don't think they're going further than that. Just like pull it.
Well, look, I mean, we can talk about that, but we can also talk about like the fact that the special session, the special session that was called to order in Florida is around a House Bill Special Session 3 or SC3.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they're going to kick Twitter in the ass with that bill.
But they're going to kick a lot of people in the booty. They're going after Disney. They're going after Disney and the other special districts there in Florida. This is a bad sign.
Disney's going to panic and buckle.
They might.
Come on, listen. What does Disney think about this? I just said this a little while ago. Right now, DeSantis, I'm sure he knows this. All the cards are in his hand. He could literally tell.
You might as well just call him DeSanta Claus, because I think he just brought the end of the woke wars.
Yeah,
he did, because he could tell Chapek bend down on public TV and take it from a paddle, because otherwise I'll pull everything. Where are you going to move? The size of San Francisco. You're going to move San Francisco to another.
That's the other thing is no other southern state is going to take their bullshit.
No,
let's say they would. No, Culture, you know it, isn't it? It's the size of San Francisco. How could you literally move it? You can't.
It's over $40 billion to move Disney World. Over that. I mean that's a low estimate.
That's
now
monetary. I'm talking about.
Well, when we got into this heavy duty with Valiant Renegade and Mexican Iron Man earlier about the monetary side of this as well. But before we jump away from the Netflix thing, I just want to say, I mean, I know what you're saying, George, about it being their whole like thing with the dropping all the shows at once. But my point is they've only lost 200,000. That's not a shit ton. That's not like an erosion of people leaving. It's a ton, but it's not a shit ton in the sense that I feel like it's just churn, and I feel like that is because they have this habit, or that's their thing, is they drop all these shows at once, and then when they've hit these lulls, they're going to start seeing that major churn, I think.
But it also didn't help. Hang on.
You go, Culture.
No. Just real quick. First of all, we have a guest in the background to bring in a second, but you have the churn, but you also have the fact that they cut off business ties with a particular country. You have no more markets to expand into because they've.
That's true. How many subscribers did they lose just from cutting off Russia? Was that 200,000 right there?
It was a shitload. They do. Okay, we'll get going on this, but I want to bring in our guest because I want to find out I want to find out something real quick. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna feature this man.
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Hey. Well, I don't want to bring anyone down here, but so YouTube, I guess there's no delicate way to put it, but YouTube has completely nuked my account. And they've not only nuked my YouTube channel, they have nuked my email along with it and everything else that goes along with having a Google account.
What the fuck? How'd that happen?
Well, they said, we've reviewed your content and found severe or repeated violations of our community guidelines. Because of this, we have removed your channel from YouTube, it says.
Can you appeal it, or is this a...
I can appeal it, and I'm in the process of appealing it, but my suspicion is they've been wanting to get rid of me for a while now.
Well, yeah, the email thing seems pretty fucking harsh.
But I don't understand. Do they tell you what you violated so you can go through where, because I've heard that I don't know this firsthand, but I've heard that when you have an issue, they'll tell you if you remove this video or this stream or XYZ, you're all kosher.
They do that, and I've appealed them in each of those instances, and they've been wrong in a lot of those instances, and I've won most of them. But this time, they decided to, they said, even though I've gotten several strikes and all but 2 of them I was able to get overturned, they've said, well, because we've given you strikes, you've gotten too many of them. Sorry. Bye.
I thought it's 3 strikes was the total. Is that
3 strikes in a row? Yeah, but they're telling me that I repeatedly violated their community guidelines.
Can they specify which ones? Can they specify which ones?
Well, they're telling me your account was terminated due to multiple or severe violations of YouTube's policy on nudity or sexual content. I've never gotten a strike on those.
You never have nudity or sexual content?
Now, we've done on Trek and the porn parodies, in which case those were always listed as 18 and over, and we were looking at the clean parts of that.
Yeah, you didn't show the actual nudity, right?
Well, we had a couple of nip slips here and there, but it's nothing that you wouldn't find.
I've seen worse shit on YouTube, yeah.
Well, they have naked yoga.
Right. Well, not just that. Like, there's tons of shit. Like, let's be fucking real.
Yeah. So, I feel probably this was targeted. I think that I got put on some naughty list somewhere. So, so here are my plans. I've already got the plans ready to go. So the plan is I'm going to appeal it. They're probably going to deny it. And if they don't reinstate me, my back catalog is still on Odyssey. So that's a good thing.
Good. Right.
So you can still view all of the live streams and videos on Odyssey. It's all there. Whatever cast will be born tomorrow if they decide to not reinstate me.
Wow. All right, dude. Well, we will
insane.
We will endeavor to build you up like the brick house that
I already tweeted it out once, and obviously I can't link your channel. I mean, but
yeah, I'm flabbergasted and upset and lots of other adjectives. I'm just glad you always have such a solid like relaxed attitude towards these things. I think I would be losing my stuff right now, dude.
What do you exactly it's guideline strikes for? What do they say, or what episodes, or what are you talking about when you get these? I guess is what I'm curious about. What is what it seems to be the pattern, I guess.
So 3 of the strikes that I've gotten, they used to come after me for copyright strikes. And of course, I would do the counter notification and I'd always beat those.
Yeah.
So I think, God, was it? No, it was more than that. It was like 5 or 6 of the strikes that I've gotten in my entire career on YouTube have been copyright strikes. They decided they couldn't get you that way. So they started striking you for community guidelines.
Right.
And those are more difficult to fight. And I beat a couple of those, and the rest of them I would have to just survive the 90-day period until the next one rolls around.
And for whatever reason, I thought that's what happened to you. I thought you got.
Why would they be?
Renewal. They've been keeping him hovering on 2 strikes, Tom.
Well, that's what they do. That they've done the same thing to me on a couple occasions here. But that's my question: is because, like, what do they like? How can you? Are you? What do you mean copyright strikes or copyright claims? Because a copyright strike is harsh as fuck.
Because I don't understand copyright strikes. I've gotten 2 or 3, but it says they're not strikes. It's just a
no. I've had actual strikes. The strikes themselves are pretty fucking harsh, and there's not much you can do with them.
Wait a minute. Because I'm confused. Sorry to interrupt. So I understand. No, so I've gotten like 4 of those where it says this has been copyright claimed.
Claim is different than striked.
So that's different.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Because it says it doesn't count against you. So okay, so he's not talking.
Strikes do, and that's why I'm asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got a copyright strikes in the past too on other channels and stuff, and unless you're willing to go to court, there's nothing you can fucking do.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled down my video yesterday out of the blue.
Yeah, and you know what, Wes, if you wouldn't mind,
it was a violation of TED Talk policies.
Yeah,
what?
Who cares?
About what was it about?
What's his name? Elon Musk. I showed his answer why he wanted to buy Twitter. It was up all weekend. It was up all weekend long. No, I did. They said TED Talk doesn't license any of its use on YouTube.
Doesn't matter.
It's called fair use. Yeah.
It's called fair use. And you used it in
I re-uploaded it without it. I just minimized it.
That's fine. Wes, please drop your link to Odyssey if you can. I know you're a wrench.
So. Absolutely. Yep, got it now.
Of course, we're bringing in my good friend Steven, Deleted Scenes. Good to see you, my friend. Although you're a little sketchy. Hey, there you are. Hello.
You seem to have hit a brick
camera
wall.
is working.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. You are emitting from the wall.
I'm actually not a mod anymore because I don't have a channel. So
that's right. Yeah,
texted to you.
I didn't even think of that till now. I just don't understand.
How can we help you?
Tom, can you grab Wes's link? He can put it in the private chat.
Yeah, put it in the private chat, and I can. Yeah.
What can we do to help you, Wes? Can we all email or tweet or build something up? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna fight it, and if I lose, I'm gonna @ Team YouTube, and then retweeting that might be helpful. But really, I think the most likely scenario is that I'm gonna have to start a new channel. I'm probably gonna call it Whatever Cast,
right?
And I think we're just gonna have to, any help there would probably be help.
Yeah, we gotta build you fast, dude. We gotta get you. Yeah.
Why don't we ask the community? We have a lot of big channels.
Will they even let you start a new Gmail though, since they took your other one? That's fucking weird.
Well, I have a couple of other ones now. Supposedly, if it's under a different legal entity, you can do that. So those are relatively inexpensive to set up.
Yeah.
Can't the bigger channels,
well, they can help, but it doesn't.
Can't they call YouTube and?
Well, I mean, I can tell you what I did because I had 2 strikes as well.
Who?
Because you were also getting all the time mad just for titles and stupid shit. That's what I couldn't understand.
That was so weird.
Yeah, we got 2. Yeah, just for having the title Street Smarts. But what I did was I put it on them because one, they didn't provide any clips or anything showing like, ooh, this is what they took from us, right? They just said, nah, that's like title kind of like ours, and so I said, all right, come to court then. And then once you go to what I did. Was I contacted them directly first with an email like, hey, dum-dum, like this is BS. Like I'll change the spelling of, my title if that, will clear things up. They never said anything back. And so then I went to YouTube and YouTube gave them 10 days to take me to court over it.
Court,
and they didn't.
Yeah, court.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, with a strike. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the way to do it. If you know what I mean? If you're in the right. Yeah. Then just make them take you to court.
Yeah,
they won't do it.
And most of these people are real soft, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to go to court. I don't have to."
And this was WB. It's not like they don't have the money or lawyers to
No,
take someone to court.
but it's just not. It's an intimidation tactic, and we're
That's right.
seeing a lot of that lately. I mean, honestly, that's this whole. What the hell is this chick's name that went after Libs of TikTok?
Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah, Lorenz. Yeah, the 49-year-old Taylor Lorenz.
Working for the Washington Post.
Yeah, under WAPO, which is the equivalent
Bezos.
of HuffPo or fucking anything else.
It's Bezos' personal
Final
newspaper.
re is happening.
Dude, it is 100%. And you know what? Look, this is part of the final re, and this is a conversation I wanted to have. And if I wasn't trying to play catch up because of the government wanting me to be on a grand jury, we have this. Netflix stock takes another dive. This is the story that I covered a day early. Thanks to Mr. Grant Gregory doing the editing and everything else. This is ridiculous. Do you know how far this fell today? We'll get into that in a minute. But they have had a subscriber reversal, according to this headline.
Isn't it the first time, real quick? Isn't it the first time that they've actually lost more than they gained? Is that wasn't that what the
Well,
primary news was?
this is that weird tipping point where they actually did lose more than they gained. So you had Netflix shares plummeting more than 20%. It's actually over 25% at this point. In after hours trading Tuesday, after the company announced that it actually lost ground in terms of subscribers during the first quarter of 2022, falling to 221.64 million around the world. That's a loss of over 200,000. Usually the question when Netflix reports numbers is how many new customers it managed to acquire. This time the global subscriber base declined 200,000. Now, I will be fair. This is me being fair. They did cut out an entire country in the last
which country?
60 days. It's they have a bear symbol, and we can't talk about them because they're fighting a ukulele right now.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
Moose and squirrel.
Yes, exactly. Moose and squirrel. They're actually being sued by the country that is the bear. The bear is actually suing them right now, or people that are were members of their anyway.
You mean the one country that Elon Musk started?
We are missing our Netflix. Sure, it didn't have a lot on Russian Netflix, but I did like the Muppets a lot, and I liked other stuff. And I really am missing my Fast and Furious. I really like that show. Why did you take my show away? I was waiting for the Spider-Man No Come Home. And when I come home, it's not on my Netflix. My Netflix is gone. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to see the Tobey Maguire and the Garfield cat Spider-Man and the little boy Spider-Man in the movie together against the Green Giant Man. And all I see is no Netflix on my TV. Why is this? I'm going to fucking sue you, Netflix. I am like American now. See, I will get good fucking lawyer. Who's that lawyer that helped out the Juice Man? I will get him.
Johnny.
I will get that man.
Johnny Cochran.
Yes, the Cochran guy. Johnny Cochran will be my lawyer against the Netflix because I did not get to see the Garfield Spider-Man No Come Home. All your fault.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Never get to see the Octopussy. Never get to ever see it.
Oh my God.
I told my friend, I said, there's the new Spider-Man No Come Home. And he's like, yes, I saw it on the bootleg. And I'm like, you don't have a bootleg, you lying motherfucker. And I'm like, yes, he did. And I said, no, you don't. But he said, in the movie is the Dr. Octopussy is back. And I said, no. He said, yes. So I want to see this.
Wow, dude. Holy shit.
I
That's
dated
why
I'm
Dr.
very much
Octopus
liking
in,
the Spider-Man
Nashville.
2 with Dr. Octopussy.
That may be my favorite thing you've ever done, Tom.
Yeah, it
Oh.
is beautiful. But again,
Oh my
that's why I
God.
say I
I
love
gotta
Elon
clip the
Musk.
shit out of that. Oh my
You
God.
should. But that's why I love Elon Musk. You know, his Starlink refused to ban any of the services for Russia.
Yeah, because he hates democracy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's
But,
democracy.
yeah, it's
It
democracy.
is like insult. Last movie released here, Venom 2.
Wow.
You didn't get Morpheus?
No, I wish I had morphine to get me through the movie.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for the no come home.
Wait, well, they are going to show you the Miles Morales when it gets there, so you'll get that for free because no one else wants to watch that shit.
I am hearing from the Twitter's people that he's not Spider-Man.
He isn't.
Have we talked about Thor loving it?
Oh
No, not yet. Not yet. We just barely got started, believe it or not. I'm glad you're here.
Thor's on our
I'm gonna
team
go back to
now.
talking about stocks.
Of course, you want to talk about that big hunk of a man.
I do. Well, Mad likes guys that are oiled up and like topless.
Man
as they're
knows
wearing
what
denim.
guys want. He knows
Yeah, you know what?
boys
That's the one-
like.
That is the one thing that Thor is missing.
Denim.
Denim.
Thor likes
You know what?
gays.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to have a great opening weekend. I don't think it's going to have the legs though to last because once people realize that this is about Jane, they're going to be like, "I'm out of here."
Of course, it's about Jane.
I know, but they didn't. But look at their marketing. They only had that 1/4 of a second clip of her in the end. If they keep it like that, people aren't going to know it until after they go to the movie.
Yeah, and they're going to be pissed.
Right.
By the way, did not look like Natalie Portman whatsoever.
Nah, well, you can't look like Natalie Portman and sell a film anymore. Holy shit.
What were those
All right.
arms? They're saying
Nah.
that she worked out. I'm like, give me a break.
No,
Did you
that's
see my Twitter, George?
that's a
No,
4-over.
I
That's
still
a
look at it all
4-over
the-
composite mask. If Grant were here right now, he would tell you that's just a 4-over composite mask. That's not even
you sure?
high-end special
Because
effect.
I knew it was something because
Yeah.
there's no way she could develop that kind of musculature.
Oh, she didn't work out at all.
Oh.
Lyndon Hall, our buddy, our Australian friend, in Lyndon, he talked about the fact that she did not get yoked for this thing. But anyway, it is what it is. But you know what? Here's the cool thing. Tom dropped the picture. There it is. Bam!
Yeah,
Chick not yoked.
yeah, of course. That was on
Same
the-
day. Look at that.
But let me ask you something. How do they do that and keep the movement accurate?
No, it's just a 4-over masking composite. They just do tracking. They
And
pick
it's not
points.
gonna
on-
look-
If this isn't like, if not, what she has is it looks like she has some kind of like thing underneath.
Yeah,
her
that's an
here underneath
appliance. She's wearing an appliance, but all they do is they basically get her doing the movements with the appliance,
Mhm.
and then you just remask the appliance.
Right.
It's not hard.
But isn't that going to be the same issue? Remember Black Widow when you had the body of Taskmaster and then the actress actually pulled off the helmet and she was in her body in the suit?
Yeah.
It looked ridiculous because it's like
It always does. It always does. Yeah, Juice Cannon. Favorite new game, Oligopoly. There you go. Wow, holy cow, the rookie critic. What's up, Jeff? It's Yef, right, Tom? It's Yef.
what?
Yeah.
the FA.
The rookie critic for $5 says we at the FC got your back, Wes. There you go. We all have your back, Wes, dude. We are going to give you some big love. We're going to do what we got to do. A lot of weird stuff lately, but these days weird stuff is just normal. That's true. And good job on your prediction, CC and Tom. Noise, absolutely noise. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
We will rebuild.
We
Yes.
will rebuild.
Build it and they will come. We really needed someone in Love and Thunder like a Gina Carano. You know that she has the build to play a Thor.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what?
we already have a Thor.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I don't want a female Thor. I'm saying I despise it. I'm just talking about because they went that way. They should have gotten someone who actually looked.
The question is, are we going to get somebody that's wearing denim? Because we need denim. Hey, Grant, add yourself when you're ready, buddy. I'm not going to pull you in.
Denim bikini or just denim?
There you go. But yeah, we've got Marby Dog giving us a prediction already for Thor: Love and Thunder 400 million. It's not going to break even. Holy shit!
Well, what did the last one make? Not the Taika's Ragnarok.
Taika
the
Waititi.
other one.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Dark World.
Tom.
Dark
Listen,
World didn't do so well. Ragnarok was the highest grossing
It
of
was.
all
It did
the
really
Thor
well.
movies.
Listen, I really like Taika Waititi, like almost all of his stuff. So I'm going to give it a
Me too.
chance.
Me
I
too.
can't stand Taika Waititi
Yeah,
because he's
it's-
ruining Thor.
Oh man,
You're saying he's ruining Thor before you see the movie?
No, because they announced that it's going to be based off the comic series. I read that comic series, which is one of the worst Thor comic series ever. So they said it was based off.
It's not the worst.
What? Okay, you're Australian, so y'all kind of see things differently.
They see things upside down.
He Clay Thomason says, "Abby, Love and Thunder." Holy crap!
Really? Which one do you think is the worst, Grant? I'm curious.
I know.
Hello?
No, I didn't mind the Mighty Thor run. I didn't.
Really?
I'll be honest with it. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I had a normal instant visceral reaction to it. I didn't like the idea of it more so than anything else. But story-wise, it made a lot of sense, and especially coming out of the stuff since 2012, 13, 14, it's easily one of the best. It's easily the best run of comics that come out of that all new, all different shit.
You mean when Jane in the first issue turns around and says, "I'm not a bitch"? We don't use the word.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It got better.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. It's okay. I still respect you.
We'll have to see what happens. In as much as I want to agree with Mad, who I think has his heart in the right place, because Taika Waititi, he's made some very good films, including Jojo Rabbit, which I loved.
See, that's the one I liked the least, man.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I loved Hunt for the Wilder People. I loved What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows is so good. Yeah,
it's really good.
Fun.
Yeah, but it's weird. And like I said, I mean, maybe it'll be good. I don't know, but I know this. Larry says, Tom.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, Mary.
God, I love that so much. Oh man, what a loss we lost.
You'll have nothing and you'll like it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I was thrilled to hear that Hamada's getting fired.
There's a lot of people headed for the door. Tom,
so was Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher.
Dude, Tom, I think you're gonna get your wish. I think you're gonna get your wish.
Which one?
Toby.
Hamada's going.
Toby Emmerich's gone?
No. I'm not.
No.
It could happen in the very near future. Toby.
Well,
Emmerich.
we were actually as you went live, we dropped our video.
Did you
about this? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
The buck is really.
It's about to stop.
Stop. Toby, it's really closing in on Toby right now.
It's gonna
thank
hurt.
God.
Fantastic breasts is gonna hurt him. Like
Toby Emmerich is the last remnants of a bad idea, and that was when they bought out Ted Turner and they merged Warner Brothers and New Line with AOL and all this fucking business. That's where it all started. And yeah.
So Zaslav is gonna finally clean house.
I think so.
But I also
now he's got reasons.
But I also heard he's bringing the Justice League.
He just
back.
fired one of his best friends, you know.
Yes.
But is it true he's bringing the Justice League, the Snyder's Justice League?
I don't want to say that the Snyderverse is necessarily returning, but what he does want is a cohesive universe.
Yeah. And you know what? There's this Zaslav is a boss. I mean, you know, we say that a lot, right? But that guy is a boss. He has a vision. He doesn't like a lot of like distance between the people who between him and the people who report to him. There's a lot of fat to cut. And
well, I have a theory with this whole Ezra thing.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah.
I posited this earlier tonight on the show. I said that I think that Ezra's always been a problem. I think we're just starting to hear about it now for a reason. I don't think he's protected anymore. I think Zaslav's setting him up, or somebody inside setting him up to be axed.
Agreed.
They need a reason. And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I agree. I think that they've been putting these women in his path. Like, specifically,
well, you would understand that, man. I mean,
like he can't help it.
Wants to throw a chair at a party.
Is that how
and
they
all of a
trained
sudden
you in the
Zaslav's
military?
got these people in there, putting
Exactly.
women in the way. Like, it's a clear setup.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, everyone knows he loves to break into empty houses, and all of a sudden now there's a couple in a house. It's a bit sus, if you ask me.
Right, and he calls the woman a whore. I mean, he just runs in. And
well, was she?
Come on, this guy's a nutcase. He says he's like, what is it? I'm a non-binary, which means I'm a negative hero. It doesn't make sense mathematically.
He's a hero. What?
I don't know. That's what come on. If you had Army Hammer was buried and he wanted to eat people's skulls, I'm still surprised that they've put up with him so long.
Well, we kind of have an idea why. What's funny is the Johnny Depp trial of all things gave us part of the insight into this, right? Because you had Hamada on the stand. Mm-hmm. Whether he was telling the truth or not about not wanting Ezra Miller or Amber Heard in the next film.
Turd.
Yeah, right there. He says he didn't, but he was told that he, had pressure from above that made that happen. I'm assuming it was the same thing with Ezra. Let's be fucking real. He's in the protected community, but I don't think he's as protected as he was anymore. And I think David Zaslav is the reason why. Because look at a lot of this shit. When he choked that bitch, what, 2 years ago almost now?
You mean right outside when she wanted?
Yeah, it fucking got swept right under the rug. Nothing came of it. And then after he gets busted, after the premiere, mind you, the premiere of the Fantastic Beasts deal and the Oscars, it was all that weekend that happened, that he got busted.
Right.
We heard about it. Not only did we hear about that, we heard about 10 other instances where the cops were called on him. Mm. And here we are now, not even a month later, motherfucker gets busted again. This is a guy who has a serial fucking problem.
Right, he's on drugs. There's no other.
Whether it's drugs or a mental issue, but my point is he's been protected up to this point, and I think that he's no longer being protected. I think Zaslav's setting him up so they can quietly say, yes, The Flash is going to be the last movie with him in it, and he will not return, and we will be recasting him and or bringing in a new whatever. And the same thing is going to go for Toby Emmerich. That's going to be one of the main reasons he's going to hold Toby responsible for Amber Heard, and he's going to hold him responsible for Ezra Miller. And I think the two of them are going to get fucking fired as well. Amber, let me put the asterisk next to it. Unless she fucking somehow manages to win this fucking trial,
ain't happening.
This trial goes south, so does she. I guarantee fucking to you, and I don't mean down on some dude. I mean she's going out the door.
But the optics of it all is also bad. I mean, like, we've been watching the AH and DP thing for a long time. We have incredible community members that are that are covering this right now. You have Tug, you have Yellow Flash, you have all these great people.
Yeah, but you have all the media now that's also trying to pretend that they weren't the ones that fucking helped Amber. Yeah, basically.
That's because Ezra blows the right people.
No, but I mean, it's pretty simple. You get Ezra in a room with Amber. They both fight each other. Whoever wins keeps their job.
I already said this. I said this, Grant. That would be a fucking celebrity death match I would pay to fucking see right there.
I would watch that.
Can I just say one last
referee?
Can I say one last thing for Ezra? Like, does nobody else finds it a little sus that a white man is being arrested this much?
A little sus, but I'm with you, George, except for who I'd have referee?
Who?
Juicy.
Oh, come on, Juicy and Will.
No. Well, then they're the next fight.
Yeah. Let me ask you one question. I read, and I've found it now 6 times, and it could be complete BS, but it said that The Flash was redone after reshoots, and that Affleck actually doesn't die, and that it shows him continuing. It shows him continuing into the new Snyder film.
He's been talking out of both sides of his face, depending upon who you're listening to.
Okay.
So and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but half of the people want you to believe he's done with the character.
What we have here is a situation that's very much like the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
We have Ben Affleck, who has publicly stated, and through various friends as well, reinstated that he is double done with Batman and done with this big tentpole movie shit.
Yeah.
Right? But much like with there is no Snyder Cut or the Snyder Cut will not happen, let's say, was one of the bigger mantras. There was always an asterisk next to that. And that's what, Andre and I kept beating the drum on is, no, they won't give it to us because they don't want to. But, and we always said a big but, if there's a regime change, then we'll get it. There was enough people that changed with AT&T buying Warner Brothers that made a difference in the Snyder Cut happen. Now you have Discovery coming in. So that does open a door of possibilities with Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Right.
But I'm not gonna fucking put any money on
if
it.
he said he's done,
they recut it? Why would they? Yeah, but he said that before about other stuff.
Right.
Well, they shot it both ways, so it's not like it wasn't already that way. But he already said this after he was done shooting.
Yeah,
So.
and somebody who's invested in this is DJ Scandal. He says, how much will Discovery have to say in what happens with Batman?
Yeah,
and 100%. I promise you,
with Batman or the Batman?
No,
Everything.
Batman.
Everything.
The Batman in the ear hole. Look,
yeah.
I don't care if it
Whoa.
needs 7. Wait a minute. I only curse. It's after dark. I can do it. They only
but
need-
the ear, dude. There's some lines, man.
I'm just saying. It's 700
Twinkle Toes. He can curse Twinkle Toes.
There you go. $700 million, right? That's where we're at right now. That's nothing to write home about when you're talking about the second most recognizable character in genre films, right? Yeah, exactly. You have Batman, you have Spider-Man. Spider-Man number 1, Batman number 2. I'm sorry, kids. That's the way it plays out.
Batman was number 1.
It used to be.
It used to be.
Come on. Even BVS got what, 838?
Yeah, but
that's the problem. Is BVS beat the Batman?
It beat the Batman, and look, I mean, there wasn't a lot there that would have created that circumstance. You have to remember, BVS didn't play exactly great in China. It was okay, not super.
But 838. That's
it's not. But again, that is the issue.
So they're going to go. That's why they're picking it, correct?
Hold on.
Because it beat the Batman.
I think that you need to keep in mind that the Spider-Man Way No Home, or whatever Tom called it,
No Come Home,
right, had what in its lead up? It had Far From Home, it had Homecoming.
Same thing. My second wife
leading into it. The Batman had a brand new Batman that everybody was shitting on because he was Twilight, right?
Well, he is
It's
Twilight.
coming off of what? Justice League, Snyder cut, Justice League, Whedon cut, BVS. Like there's momentum in those things that build up. You know what I mean? Like we got used to Affleck being Batman, and then now all of a sudden out of nowhere we got Twilight coming in. And by the way, I really enjoyed the movie. Watched it a couple days ago.
Yeah, except he was still Twilight. He was all emo, just like his character. Well,
So?
no different.
Well, here's one thing.
I just
As
need
soon as the Flash actually comes out, that will be the one time that since forever, never, that we've had an actor play the part more than 3 times in movies. When Ben Affleck does, so he will have that achievement once Flash comes out, because he will no longer be tied with Christian Bale with 3 appearances. No longer be tied. Whoa, I'm getting feedback.
Wait a minute. He played it more than 3, correct?
Well, he was in BBS, Suicide Squad, and Justice League.
And
that's 3 appearances as Batman. This will be his 4th appearance as Batman.
Cool.
And then Michael Keaton's in the movie too, so that'll mark his 3rd appearance. And then he'll tie Michael Keaton when Michael Keaton's in Batgirl. So those 2 will have played Batman more times in movies than anybody else when that happens. Now,
Keaton
only played him twice.
But he has 2 more. He has 2 more spins at the Apple.
That's what I'm saying. So they'll be tied once Batgirl comes out.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm
now,
just making sure.
You have this whole fucking situation where half the Justice League is out the fucking door. Ray Fisher's gone. He's not likely going to come back. They're not going to work with him even if Hamada's gone. He's going to say, "Oh, you guys got rid of Hamada, yay!" And they're going to be like, "Yeah, fuck off." Ezra's going to be gone. Amber's probably going to be gone. There's no word yet on Henry Cavill. Now, I want to believe that
he wants to come back. He's always wants to be Superman. He always says that.
Yeah, I want to believe that the whole thing we're hearing about Superman being revitalized is kind of code for we got to talk to Cavill and get him back on board. And if that happens, the chances of Ben Affleck coming back go up much more.
And
now
you got Aquaman. What's his name? Momoa.
Yeah, see, because here's the problem. We've already had the Snyderverse that didn't exactly work. Yes, the Snyder cut did very well for HBO Max, but there's like a finite ceiling on this Snyder crowd. They learned that with the Snyder cut.
Wow. Wait a minute. I thought it was the biggest show they ever put together.
It was up until 4K sold out. I think Dune beat it, and then something else after that beat Dune. So like it was like the 3rd or 4th of their biggest things on HBO Max then.
But they don't take into consideration how many years it had been since it had been BVS. They don't take any of that. I mean, it wasn't like it was back to back, and it was 4 hours.
You also have inflation because, like, you have to consider there's a lot of other factors that go into this: production costs, marketing costs, all of that stuff. Those all have to be adjusted for inflation.
Okay.
I mean, and here's the thing: like, I haven't heard a definitive, rumor or anything as far as exactly what's happening. I've heard similar things to what came out in that leak, and that was they don't want to do any more of this disconnected shit. So that signals bad news for the Batman. And that's, we did our video yesterday and we didn't get to that point, but I mean, I would not be surprised if they do make a sequel to the Batman, it doesn't go straight to HBO Max.
Wow. So you think it's going to be like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
Yes.
Like
that's the only, and they're not, and in fact, the way they kind of said it in that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that they're just, if the Penguin doesn't work out, they might just quietly cancel all the Batman shit.
So no Penguin series with Colin Farrell.
It's coming, but if that does, that's still up in the air to a point too, I've heard.
Because I loved him. He's the only one I really loved in the whole show.
Well, here's the problem you have. They tried doing this new thing with Shazam, and that worked out okay, but it didn't make the box office they were hoping. Then we had Birds of Prey, which was a big fucking mess. And that was the Hamada thing.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you, please. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Batman, there's supposed to be a cut scene with him from Birds of Prey.
Yes.
And that's supposed to be the 5th, but I've never been able to find it or seen it. I don't know if
I don't know if it was ever actually shot.
Okay.
That I can't tell you on,
I do know it's shot.
If it was, it's very plausible, but they probably shot it at the tail end of Justice League or something.
And look, I'm just going to tell you this going forward. If Zaslav gets behind the Snyderverse, whether or not Snyder's actually involved in it, you'll get Batfleck back, and you're going to get his movie / show, whichever it is.
Does he want to do it though?
That's
he wants to do it. Snyder
does he?
He wants to be his Batman.
Yeah,
that's the problem. He wants to be his Batman. He wants a virtuous Batman.
You don't think that his motivation to be Batman kind of has been hampered?
Especially now that he's engaged and he's got a new look on life and all kinds of shit.
It all depends on where he wants to go. Because I don't know about. I would not anticipate Snyder coming back to anything. And I was told if there was going to be an Ayer cut, we were going to hear about it last month. We ain't heard diddly. And the longer we don't hear something about it, that to me tells me that they're less likely to go back to the classic Snyderverse, and we're going to get kind of a new DCEU 2.0 kind of thing.
Yeah,
and not where they're all different universes, right?
It'll all be uniformed, but it'll be a little bit lighter. Because that's the thing is, I have a feeling, because this is what I've been hearing the stipulations going forward for the Batman are: no more 3 hours bullshit.
Oh,
has to be lighter.
But lighter what? Not Whedon light shit. Right?
Oh, like Suicide Squad? The first one?
They were not happy with it for a lot of reasons. And then they also weren't happy with the chemistry between Pattinson and Catwoman.
No.
So their solution for that is to beef up her character, I guess, for some reason. I don't know how true that is, but
yeah. And DJ Scanlon is 100% right here. Ayer cut is coming because it's basically free.
It's done.
I want to believe it will happen. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. I'd heard rumblings about it, but it could be Zaslav.
Suicide Squad?
No.
The
first, the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah, dude, it's coming.
I just don't see any cut that would make that thing like.
It was the non-theatrical cut of that makes a lot more effing sense. Well, and if they pull,
have you seen it?
Yeah, I have it.
Can I see it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Where?
I'll send it to you. But it is a much more it's a more solid film. Like, in a lot of the silly bullshit that was in the theaters was.
Wait, you're not talking about that stupid one that's on the Blu-ray, right?
I'm talking about the extended, not theatrical cut.
That one that's on the Blu-ray is not the Ayer cut. It's
no. It's nowhere close to the Ayer cut. I haven't seen the Ayer cut. Nobody has.
That's what he asked you.
That's what we were asking.
No, I was talking about the extended cut.
The extended cut is basically just the same. Here's what script was saying.
Okay.
Is that the Ayer cut is not as extensively different as the Snyder cut. The
No.
versions
That's what
that
I
we
don't
have of
get.
the Suicide Squad are basically the same fucking
Yeah.
movie, just cut by different people. That's all.
Also,
That's
what
what I don't understand. Sorry, Matt. Let me finish this 1 second. I don't understand because when you read David Ayer's letter that he put on Twitter, what was it, 7 months ago? He explained that the Ayer cut is completely different because it shows the entire Joker storyline. It's not just.
There may be a couple more Joker scenes that script doctor said,
Okay.
but we've seen a lot of what.
But no, but they're laid out differently. It's paced differently. You have a different tone. I want this. I want this film. This is one of those weird ones, right? I didn't really need the Snyder cut, right?
No.
But the Ayer
Holy
cut
shit.
something I'm interested in. First of all, because I really believe Leto probably let it all hang out in his Joker, and we didn't get to see some of it.
Thank God.
I love the Snyder cut.
His
That's
Joker was horrible. Also, one last thing. Don't you think do you think this Will Smith thing, I don't know if you've heard about this, but like apparently he got all at the Oscars. You don't think that's going to affect whether or not they're going to do anything with the Ayer cut?
No.
With the bad heat that's on Will Smith now?
Oh, I mean, maybe now, but before it didn't.
Well, that's what I mean.
I just don't know if they felt there was enough demand for it. I mean, Zaslav could still call for it. I mean, it's still on the table. There's still a good chance. I mean, if I had to put money, I'd say there's a good 75% chance we'll see it. If not,
what is Zaslav's relationship with Ayer in regards to the cut?
I have no idea. That's the thing. I don't really know how Zaslav feel. I've not gotten a clear indication of where he's going outside of the Joker. That's the only thing I ever heard about. That was the first thing I heard about from my dudes and ladies or whatever you want to call them, was that he said Joker 2 is a go. And we heard about that pretty early on before he was even in the door, technically. And then we heard about that was one of the things that they wanted to concentrate on for smaller characters, but
they cut $120 million check
for
the Joker sequel.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Joker sequel.
It's
the Joker
happening.
Joaquin Phoenix sequel?
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
That was the first thing that Zaslav said.
Made $1 billion. Yeah, so it makes
said
sense.
green light.
I wonder if he'll be Joker this time.
Yes, but are they going to then pull in Batman for
the Batman? Is a possibility.
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense because there's already a Joker in the Batman.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Tom just explained it. Tom.
Well,
how? Tom just said that you're not going to have multiple.
Joker is going to be its own thing and only its own thing.
Yes.
If they introduce a Batman in there, which I don't think they will, it probably won't be Pattinson's Batman. There was talk of that before, but like I would seriously be surprised if we get a sequel to the Batman right now. I know people think that sounds oddball, but
no money.
Here's the thing, and this is what I was getting to before with all this thing. Zaslav has a few more things he has to wait and see how they go. He's got 5 or 6 projects already technically in the can that they have to release yet. So I don't think he's going to make his complete decision until he sees how these things play out. But
Fantastic Beasts just crashed.
Between the Fantastic Beasts and the Batman, here's the thing. The Batman should have made $1 billion. Doesn't matter what anybody says, no matter how you cut it.
Where it was
only 15 minutes longer than No Way Home. It had no fucking competition. There's no reason or excuse that the Batman should not have made $1 billion. Period. That's the way they're seeing it. When Spider-Man makes almost $2 billion, the COVID excuses are out the door. When the movie's only 15 minutes longer than the No Way Home, even the time really doesn't matter that much, even though that's one of their stipulations now going forward, which was one of their stipulations before, is they didn't like the longer films. So don't get used to that idea, kids. And the dour darkness shit, I know some people really like punchy dark Batman, but it didn't sell very many toys, and we have the same problem we had with Batman Returns.
I don't think it's the length though; it's the pacing, man. It just feels like they're pacing. Yeah. There's so many lulls throughout.
Well, and if you cut a lot of that pacing, dude, that would help the length, though.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, just like I was rewatching Dancing with Wolves, and Kevin Costner loves his movies to be fucking long, but it was so well paced. Like you just did not feel it. Like you know what I mean?
Okay.
Tatanka.
Hey, DJ Scandalous, my friend, you have the link. I sent it to you. You can come in here and ask these questions, brother.
I don't believe in the fatigue thing.
Look, but I do. I think people
I
have
think Spider-Man proved that wrong, considering.
But I think that there's too many Batmans. I'm not saying there's Batman fatigue. I think there's too many.
There could be a point be made there, because that was always one of their bigger things. Is that's why they won't allow Batman on television or in television shows for that reason.
As a matter of fact, Steven, I know you want to talk about this because you're jazz. So go ahead, man.
Okay, we can't hear him. So
he's muted.
While he figures that out real quick.
Muted.
I don't believe in fatigue.
Somebody muted me.
All right, bro. Go.
They need to pick a Batman and stick to it. Now, I don't dump on the Pattinson movie as much as some people do. I have a lot of issues with it, but it wasn't awful. The problem isn't fatigue. They need to pick one. You have Pattinson over here. You have Affleck over here. Now they want to bring back into it. I mean, just stick to it. Simple, but don't do simple. They have to overly complicate matters, and then they put out these overly complicated movies that are boring and too long and too bloated. Is when the simple thing will do. I want to see Affleck get a proper Batman movie. It's probably
Me too.
not going to happen now because they waited too long. They took too long, and he said, "Fuck this, I'm out of here," because it's messing with his own mental health. You know.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I agree with you.
Anyhow.
Yeah. No, you're right, Steven. Honestly think for as much crap as you can give Affleck, I think he's one of the best Batmans we've had. And so it's weird, and of course, there are certain characters I love. Batman, I love. I like Wolverine. I'm a huge fan of Deadpool. I love Moon Knight, which is why I'm like offended from the current series. But it's just it's
That's still on.
I know. I know.
Who gives a shit? But can I just say, I don't believe in this whole fatigue idea for MCU for Star Wars or anything. I think if you're making good movies, you're making quality films, there's no fatigue because people are going to enjoy that shit. When you're not making enjoyable content, people aren't going to want to keep watching that.
I agree. And I think even the whole Western fatigue thing was a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah, me too.
Pun definitely intended, because I think it had more to do with the fact, because you look at it in the history, they didn't really stop making Westerns. A lot of them just moved to television. And then the ones that they did release in theaters generally did all right. So I don't think people ever tired of them. I think they got too expensive to make for movies, and you couldn't get a lot of actors who probably wanted to ride horses and shit anymore and stuff like that.
And Tom will tell you, Old Henry, one of the best Westerns I've seen in years.
Got it bought. I haven't watched it yet, but I do have it. I have it bought though.
It's slow for the first 20 minutes, but stick with it. It's pretty good.
All right, I'll take that into consideration, because usually I check out after 15, 20 if it's not good.
I would in it from the beginning to the end.
I give most movies a third. So if it's a 90-minute film, which is exactly the right amount of time a film should be, you get 30 minutes. If it takes me 30 minutes to get into your film, you suck.
A movie gets usually 2 or 3 time checks from me, right? I'll check the first time I check the time. If it's not within the first 10 minutes of the movie, something's wrong. If the second time I check the time, if it's not within the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, something's wrong. If the third time I checked it, it's not within the first 30. That's my point. If I'm checking the time that much, that means I'm not interested in the movie. I'm not paying attention to what's going on. I'm more fidgety than anything. Yeah. So yeah.
That was the Matrix for me. Whatever.
Right?
That new one
was.
Oh my
God.
I swear to Christ.
Or Space Jam 2. I couldn't watch that. It took me forever to watch Space Jam 2 because I'm like, this isn't even a fucking movie.
And that was the shortest one out of the ones we mentioned, and it felt the longest.
It is too. And in fact, it is only, it's under 2 hours. So yeah.
Well, come on. You always have to take it with a grain of salt when you get a movie from Matt. That's the guy who loves Hurt Locker.
I have to ask you. George, I
You
love
had
you.
to go to Hurt Locker, didn't you?
I love this man so much. Look, I think the perfect time is 96 minutes.
Joke. Haven't heard.
I think it all depends on the movie and the story.
You.
Right, you have to wait for his like little audio to run. You need to turn those up, man, because like it starts off. But look, it's 96 minutes. 96 minutes is the perfect movie length. Right?
Disagree. Strong disagree.
Vertical Horizon just besides some brilliant.
Sounds like Grant wants to say something about the Batman, though.
Well, real quick on the time thing, though, because I disagree with that. Like, I get the idea why like people think that the 90-minute movie is like that perfect time.
96.
Okay, 96. Sorry. I think it all comes down to the pacing. You can have a 3-hour movie that feels like it just flies by because it is engaging and it keeps your attention and it's moving and you're in it. Then but you could have like a 30-minute show, like, I don't know, or an hour show like Moon Knight, and you're just like, fuck me, is this ever going to end?
You're not wrong. I don't know, Wes, perfect length for a film.
I agree. I think around 90 minutes. I mean, if you talk, you know, when Paul Rubens was talking about writing Pee-wee's Big Adventure, he talked about script, you know, going through and you know, the elements of what a good script is. You know, you have to have the MacGuffin, and I know that it gets poo-pooed as mystery boxing, but I mean, if you do it correctly, I mean, Alfred Hitchcock had MacGuffins and used them appropriately, and and you know, the length is usually around 90 minutes. You know, that gives you everything that you need to have. And then, of course, with a 90-minute movie, if you have a 3-hour movie and you're talking ticket sales, you can squeeze a lot more showings in there on the 90-minute movie.
Well, I know is I could watch Lord of the Rings extended version over and over, and I never get bored.
I mean,
that would be like going to Gitmo for me. I'm sorry, I'm not a Lord of the Rings.
Script Doctor, who took the most heat on this on Twitter, and also I think made the best argument for it. Like in the basis of it all depends on the story and everything like that, and the director and all that business. But I think there is like a good 69. I usually would say like 90 minute, but I'll go 95 minute, 69, 95, an hour 46 minute to 2 hour rule. And this is what I mean.
Yeah, hour 46.
69 minutes means you should not make an animated children's film over 69 minutes. That's too fucking long. If you're talking comedy, 90 minutes. Perfect length. If you're talking something like an action film, I just watched RoboCop earlier, one of the tightest fucking movies you'll ever see, but that fucker runs in at 1 hour and 41 minutes. What did I say? 1 hour 45, right? Great length for action films. 2 hours, you can do a decent action film, big epic action film. Otherwise, you can allow a drama to breathe at 2 hours. Right, but it's got to be a damn good drama to keep you invested.
It needs to be 4 weddings and a funeral if you're going to do that.
Wait a minute.
The rare exceptions are things like Lord of the Rings, Godfather, the Ten Commandments, things like that. But there's a reason for that, right? And that goes along with the whole idea, though. You have the setup, the payout. And Superman, the movie, is a great example of a 3-hour film almost, and there's a reason for it.
You need a payoff every 22 minutes.
Well, it's not just about the payoff. There's 3 parts of Superman's life, and they took all 3 of those parts and they put that into that movie, and they made them equally important.
The Donner cut is longer.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the one that's closest to 3 hours. Yeah,
but
there is another exception, Gone with the Wind, but it had a lot. That's like a 4-hour movie. It had a lot of intermissions, though.
Intermissions, exactly, and that's what Brahma Bull's doing. 100%, Wes, you're 100% right. But it's an 11-minute cycle. You have an 11-minute setup. You have the 11-minute obstacle, and then you have the payoff.
Well, I always go to like the Lord of the Rings or Godfather, but I'll pick another one. I'll pick fucking 10 Commandments, which is even longer than that. I just watched that the other night. Right?
Braveheart?
Yeah. You don't feel that fucking almost 4 hours that movie runs.
Nope.
Because you get sucked right into it. Gladiators are great. There's movies that can do that, but you need a specific director who knows what the story they're telling, and it has to justify being that fucking long. That's what I felt the problem with the Batman was, is it didn't justify its 3-hour running time. Now, I just watched Spider-Man No Way Home last week again. Fucker just clipped right by, even though it was 2 hours and 45 minutes. It works. There's a reason for that.
The first third of the movie feels as long as the second and third part put together. I think the first part is the longest part of the movie when it comes to Spider-Man.
About Spider-Man?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Batman yet. I'm actually watching it tonight.
Wasn't No Way Home almost?
No. Here's the weird thing. Okay, so No Way Home almost
2 hours and 45 minutes,
right, and it was almost not the film that we got. The payoff between the 3 Spider-Mans was a
that was a last minute thing. I've
was
said
a
that
last minute
before.
thing. Yeah,
That was a reaction to Michael Keaton talks to
Yeah.
coming back to Flash. Yeah.
and it worked perfectly. And you're talking about 3 actors that all get along because they all wore the same suit and they all had their own thoughts about the character and they all aligned. You don't get that very often.
I could have watched 2 hours just them talking about how Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man jizzes
where
out
does the
his
web come
web.
from? I wanted to know more
2
on their
hours.
opinions. Like,
Come
because
on,
if I was one of the other Spider-Men, I already have a million questions.
Right?
Like does it come out of anywhere else?
That was one of them. That was already answered. But
you guys, I can tell you right now, I guarantee
her.
fucking you were going to see them team up again.
We already know. We already know what's happening. We already know.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Who was talking about writing it?
As long as Miles Morales is their leader and it's written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, I'll be a happy man.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Did you just say Ta-Nehisi Coates?
Dude,
he's trolling.
Ooh, nice. By the way, no, listen, hold on. If he gives me this one thing, because my biggest complaint from this Spider-Man movie is this: at no point did Green Goblin look and say, "There was a spider fight."
It would have been perfect. Perfect.
All I'm saying
I don't know why I'm raising my arms and I'm off camera.
Yeah, no one's seen Boondock Saints.
I love Boondock Saints. It's one of my favorite.
I like both of them. Both Boondock Saints. I think it comes down to the story. Oh yeah, it's good. They bring the dad in.
Yeah, and there was a.
Yeah, well, he won't be in the third one.
No. No. I don't remember what happened to him now. Jesus.
No, he's still alive, but he's on deathbed. So.
Are you kidding me?
No, he's got severe cancer.
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
He's a brilliant. I love his. I love all his shows.
Wow.
Well, my point
I didn't
is
catch the name.
The guy who played the father,
Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly. Really? I didn't know he was that rough a shape.
I didn't think he was that sick.
I knew he was.
He played a defrocked priest who got cancer in that first X-Files movie.
I was going to say they had to do a bunch of special things for him for The Hobbit. I remember now that you mentioned that because he was. I don't even know if he could walk then or something like that.
Wow. My point is I don't think it matters the length of the film if it's done right. I mean, you go from 10 Commandments to Ben-Hur to Lawrence of Arabia to Lord of the Rings.
Them are always exceptions to the rules, right? Though, like Scorsese is an exception to the rule. He knows how to fill 3 hours.
Apocalypse Now, or
Francis Ford Coppola is another great example.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be an action movie. Look at A Few Good Men. That movie's over 2 hours. It's almost 2 hours 20 minutes, and it just goes by because you're just intrigued by it.
Well, of course, the story should always dictate the length. That's the real rule. But I mean, the overall just kind of idea in Hollywood, when you're sitting down to write one of these scripts and you figure out 3 acts to a story, I mean, you really shouldn't go overboard. I mean, as much as a great film is Blues Brothers at 2 hours and some minutes, I mean, it's still a rarity that who wants to sit through a comedy that long, right? Sometimes they're not that funny. Name me one comedy that's longer than 2 hours.
Scrooge.
That's really good.
Is it over?
I don't count
Scrooge
Scrooge as a comedy.
I think so, isn't it?
No, it's only like 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that long, and it's one of my favorites. So yes, it is a comedy, Dick.
Yeah,
it's more like
Bitch hit me with a toaster.
Isn't Groundhog also
Groundhog Day is I think like an hour and 45.
Yeah, it's short. And by the way, Zanzoltan sends a member chat. Thank you for that. It says thanks for these streams. Hail CC and the boys. Absolutely. I wish we had some female representation. And
strong disagree.
You know what? Your channel has a lot of females that watch, and
we keep trying to get rid of them.
So anti-female. Yeah, Up in Smoke is
my wig over there.
Actually, I think it's more like 80 minutes.
It's short.
Although I was told I sexually confuse people when I put the wig on.
My genitals.
He puts on the Culture Casino wig, and it's not good. Or maybe it's the Red Man wig. I don't know. But now it doesn't look like me. Now I look like freaking, I don't know, Grizzly Adams. I've been getting a lot of weird
Well, actually, you kind of do look like Billy Connolly now that I think about it.
Oh, good
It's a
God.
very impressive beard. I'm actually quite jealous. I should have let mine grow out.
No, Wes. Look, I want to do everything we can to get your channel back. So we're gonna. It might require you to grow some beard.
Or use the weave. I mean, keep on it. Take on a totally different persona.
I'd say I was relieved. I thought he was going to tell you to transition there for a minute.
Oh, jeez.
That ain't gonna happen.
Or turn into a beard.
But you know what might save your ass? Are you the least bit bisexual?
Yeah. Oh no. If you came out as like interested in toasters.
Oh my gosh, you guys! No, listen. This is what I've been doing. You just
Think
identify
about
as
it.
hetero queer. That's it.
Hetero queer.
what
See,
does
I
that
see
mean,
where
Snyder?
I see where he's going with this.
Why
I think
not?
you can use that.
Yeah, that's
What
it.
is that?
You can use that to your advantage. Are you the least bit black
Ooh, let's do that.
or Chinese or?
I actually
no.
I actually do have one of those face swaps where I'm a convincing black person.
Oh, better yet. What's that little country they keep bombing over there? That one we can't say with the U.
Ukulele.
The ukulele place.
Ukulele.
Are you from there?
Why can't you say it?
Because YouTube don't like it.
They don't like.
Literally say
Well,
the
you
words.
can say it if you're a news organization. Say, "Oh, this is terrible stuff happening to ukulele today."
I've
If you're
actually
from
been mistaken
there,
for
you're all
people
good.
from the moose country, but that's not the squirrel country.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh no. Actually, Soul Assassin just came up with it. Wes, you're adjacent.
Oh,
I don't know if being Canadian will work.
Works for me. Black adjacent.
not unless I'm a black Canadian.
Aren't you also Hispanic by divorce?
Yes.
Oh,
that's what
use that. You identify as
Well, if
Hispanic.
that's the case, then I'm lesbian by divorce.
Well, of course.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not going to fight you on that.
I'm not sure I would have said that out loud in public things.
Why, she did, so.
Hey now.
I've dated plenty of women who have dated women. It's nothing.
But
Obviously not the current wife.
At the same time, I got to watch.
Yeah, same here.
Can I be in a
Okay, then.
polyamorous, gender-neutral Mormon marriage? Would that work?
Yeah.
Or
Oh
is
no,
that
absolutely.
too
Yeah,
wide?
you're a very strange thing there.
I don't know if I'd use
I'm
the
still
Mormon
trying
word.
to.
You could
I'm
just
trying
put
to
a
find a
That's true.
comedy.
You could just put a pro Biden sign.
Sounds
behind
too
you
religious.
and then
Oh
say
yeah.
whatever
No, you
want.
can't be religious anymore. That's a bad.
Unless you're like Muslim or something like that. then
Correct.
You're okay.
That's a good point. If I put a pro Biden sign behind me, that means
Yeah.
I clearly am mentally incapacitated. I would be a low IQ person. I don't know if I'd be quite the R word or not, though. Yeah.
Oh wait, Brahma Bull gave you the perfect definition. So you're good.
There
Right.
you go.
Aha! Kingpin, 2 hours long, or an hour and 57 minutes.
I almost threw up like twice in that film.
I
2 hours.
watched it again the other day. I love it.
Was not
And the
good.
only the older ones like Mad World, there's a few out there.
What's
So
Kingpin? I haven't
So the
seen
guy
it.
that brought me into the current business that I'm in, the current company that I run, right? Like in real life, not this thing. That was one of the team building films we went to.
Really?
go see.
Really?
Oh,
Are you
it's
talking
so
about the
jacked
bowling
up.
one with
Yes.
Randy Quaid? Okay.
And,
Kingpin
Woody
or is
Harrelson?
Mad World?
No, I thought Kingpin.
Oh,
because my
Kingpin?
brain was
Really?
stuck in Marvel, and I was thinking Kingpin. There was a Kingpin movie. in
There
it?
is
No,
a
you're talking about the
story
comedy.
someday in another after hour stream. We will talk about how jacked up my life has been.
Okay, well there was a trick
There's,
answer
there's,
to
there's still
that.
time.
There was a tricky answer to the 2 hour question. It was any Judd Apatow movie, but then the answer is no. Those are not comedies.
Nope.
And they also lag a lot too.
Yes.
The Nice Guys, bro. Shane Black's movie, The Nice Guys, is 2 hours.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, but that's kind of an action
What
comedy.
about
Oh,
Kiss? What about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
Yeah,
Action.
another great Shane Black movie.
Yeah,
I said
his
it's not a
Predator sucked.
rule. Well, that counts in the action comedy Beverly Hills Cop range of an hour 45 minutes.
Okay, Master and Commander.
How about Ted?
That's a historical epic. Ted sucks.
Ted does suck.
What about the bear?
Yeah, and the second one's even worse.
The
Oh, yeah,
Bear.
second one.
You mean Revenant?
Actually, I
Oh,
hated
wolf?
The Revenant.
The Revenant,
it.
The Revenant, as good of a movie was, it was definitely a movie that dragged.
That's why I disliked it. Grant.
It
It's
has
like
no replay value.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. It's like they could have cut 45, 50 minutes out of this movie easy.
By the way, the real story of that dude is way better than what they did in the movie.
Yeah, I know, right? He literally walked back, and at the end of it, they shook hands, and he went, "Oh, sorry." Anyway, yeah, it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And he
don't worry
never
about
caught the guy that killed him either.
No, he got him, but they just shook hands and he walked away.
Yeah. I mean,
What
he
do
didn't kill him anyway, yeah.
What about the Gangs of New York or The Patriot? Those are long.
Again, Scorsese and...
Scorsese, it's still different.
Well, The Patriot, there could be an argument made for that. 'Cause that was,
I thought that was well paced, though.
I agree.
that's one of the few
Patriot,
Roland
yeah.
Emmerich films that I don't think people realize is a Roland Emmerich film.
That's a Roland Emmerich film?
That
It
was
can't
a
be an
Roland-
Emmerich film.
No,
Patriot?
you're full
Fuck
of
it, ain't.
shit, bro.
Look it up.
Come
I
on, there's
believe
no
you,
way
but-
the Independence
Yeah.
Day
And
guy
what-
made it.
Directed
wait,
by
somebody-
Emmerich and written by the guy who did Private Ryan.
I believe you, but you're
Wow.
wow.
That movie
really?
is historically inaccurate as fuck too. But
What
anyway,
movie? The Patriot?
yes,
I know,
Pretty sure
but
Mel
it's still
Gibson did
good.
all those things.
I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
Mel
I mean,
Gibson
here's
did
the
all
thing.
those
Mel
things.
Gibson
he is
has
Jesus.
He has a history of hating the English, so any chance he gets to shit on the English in a film, he's going to take it. History be damned.
Yeah, he really shit on it. Like, there's a
So-
whole scene with like the church burning scene. There's no evidence that ever happened.
Well, sir-
Because it was burnt down. How could there be any evidence?
oh, calm down. Look,
No, it's fake because all the evidence was actually in the church. And they caught
Exactly.
fire, so yeah.
That is a good point.
Okay, Last of the Mohicans or any.
oh wow.
I
Okay,
will
then-
find
Last of the
you.
Mohicans is fucking great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Last of the
One of
Mohicans
the-
is perfect.
One of the greatest movie scores, man.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so
Except the
Oh,
wrong
hell
brother
yeah.
died in the end.
okay,
Yes,
so
I agree.
wait, okay, so I'm gonna ask a question. This is one of those weird ones. Far and Away.
Oh, I liked Far and Away with Tom
Never
Cruise.
saw it.
and
We're
Chris
all
Rock.
bringing up movies though that come from a different time.
Just
right?
tell me that you
What
like
about
me
the
hit,
film?
That's the
Sharon.
other thing I want to remind everybody. Tell
Just
me
tell me
one
you lick me
movie in
hit.
the last few years besides a superhero movie that's more than 2 hours long that was fucking good. That wasn't
dude,
directed
this
by
season.
Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino.
Wow, there's
Oh,
so
well,
many qualifying fucking.
I'm
Hold
waiting.
on. The Battle of
How
Five
long?
Armies.
Uh,
The Hobbit.
The what?
The Battle of
That was
Five
like
Armies.
20 years ago already. Almost.
No, it wasn't. It's, you
The
said
Hobbit?
in the last.
And I fucking that's actually a bad one. Actually,
Oh,
George,
no, it's,
All three of the Hobbit films suck.
because there
when I
shouldn't
Yeah,
be three
George, you
fucking
should-
Hobbit
No,
films.
I'm
Right
gonna
there's
tell
your
you.
answer.
I know.
George,
but I'm
you
gonna
should
tell
sit this one
everybody's-
out.
No, I'm going to tell you that everybody is going to love them by the time Amazon's ridiculous Rings of Power.
You're not
comes out.
wrong
It's gonna
there.
be-
The
it's gonna be-
Outpost.
it's going to be like the prequels when it comes.
Yes,
to
exactly.
Oh wait,
They're gonna be like,
wait. Darius came up with one.
But it was cut
The Outpost.
into half. Motherfucker still is shorter than the Batman and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Can he hear me
I know
when I
they're
say
not supposed-
the Outpost?
I don't know
I've-
what
I've,
the
I've
fuck
got
The
an idea that no one
Outpost
said
is.
yet. How about the
Dude.
Outpost?
Yeah, the
I
Outpost
I
is
never
a
heard
really
of
good
it.
one too. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it, Tom? Tom, it's
Well,
one.
wow.
It is my favorite military movie.
Remember,
it is
Tom, this
fucking
is coming
legit
from
good.
that's coming from
That
the guy
kids
who likes
film,
the
Matt,
Hurt Locker.
that we watched,
That's
was
true.
it Bone Tomahawk? That one.
Oh, that's
Yeah, Bone
good.
Tomahawk as well.
Very good film.
Bone
Extraction.
Tomahawk's
But it wasn't long.
excellent. Yeah.
Oh,
I know there's a few out there. I'm just trying.
Unforgiven. That's another one that's very long.
That's 30 years old.
Wow.
Well, it feels like I just
I know.
watched it.
Why are you sitting this one out?
Look, I'm going to say this.
Actually, that's 32 years old this year.
Quicksand Kickstand, otherwise known as Wook, is out there promoting the Goblin King. So there you go. Can we get back to like the important thing today, which is Netflix took a fucking major dump?
I think wow. You're just all happy about that because you reported on it.
I know stuff. I keep reporting things that are happening before they happen, and
It's adorable.
oh fuck you.
Yeah, I'm like the second to know.
I don't know who that is. Who is that? Who's this Quicksand Kickstand? I don't care for this person.
Wook. That's Wookie. Wookie.
No, it doesn't
Supremacy.
say Wookie.
Rookie
I-
Supremacy.
All right.
What is that? A xenomorph?
Oh,
Yes.
Tweaky Kid. Oh, there you go, Tom.
Yep.
Do it.
Fell asleep watching the Batman. Took me 2 nights to get through it.
Beady, beady, beady. What's up, Buck?
Bitty, bitty, bitty.
There you go. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is you go to the comments of the video that we dropped earlier, and there's a lot of people that said they fell asleep during the Batman
Dude,
I'll
I'm
let you
sorry.
know tomorrow.
in
whether
the
I did.
theater.
Okay,
Oh, shit.
For fun and prizes, this I'm gonna update this one more time.
Wait, before you do that, can you explain to us why you brought up Far and Away? Because tell me you like me hit, Sharon.
You don't
Well,
do
first of all,
accents.
Nicole Kidman has like
Neither did Tom
red
Cruise.
hair and a
Steven
rack.
Spielberg. What?
Red hair and a rack.
That's why you brought it up.
Why is she in Iraq?
No.
It's that
a
Foxtrot
rack.
movie. What was
I'm
it?
so
What was it?
confused.
Oh wait.
Whiskey
DJ
Foxtrot Tango.
Scandalous says the best film ever, Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an argument that could be made.
No, it
Yeah,
can't.
no.
Yeah, dude, it was like
It was
this.
horrible.
Compared to the original one, which is an
If
hour
it
and
was so
45
bad,
minutes.
why was everyone talking about it?
It's because
Yeah,
we're making
right?
fun of it.
It was a catalyst to like a major paradigm shift in like culture. Like,
Well, that from that
Yeah,
perspective,
culture
that's
changed
the
before
silver
that.
one.
yeah, it's probably one of the most important movies. Like, and I'm not bullshitting here. Ghostbusters 2016 is probably one of the most important movies in modern history because of what came
what
from
happened
it.
afterwards.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you're 100% right, but I want to point at something that also is a catalyst for what's about to happen. The stock price of Netflix.
Wow, dude, what the
One more
fuck?
time.
Over 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah, look, kids, bam, 25.73%. It dropped in after hours trading.
Really?
Oh.
That's like a blip to them. I don't understand.
No, 25% of their value got erased.
200,000
they still have
subscribers to
75.
them, though, is not a lot, though. That's what
But
I don't
they're going
understand.
to lose
Projecting 2 million.
But they're projecting 2.2 million more in the next quarter. Exactly what George said. 2.2 million more
Lord.
lost in the
Why is
next
this
quarter.
then? Explain this to me.
Okay, go ahead. What now?
I want an explanation why.
You know why?
Because
No, I
they're
don't.
losing. It's psychological perception. They haven't lost any in 10 years. They always have been able to recover. They had more people coming in than going out. Now all of a sudden they're losing.
They're projecting they're going to lose 2 million, though. You're saying,
Right. So imagine.
So they're really only going to lose a third of that.
No, they're going to lose.
Usually they cut the numbers. They try to say they're going to lose
It's
less,
soft.
and they're going to.
It's going to be soft.
If
It's
they're
going
going
to
to
be
lose
soft.
more than that, is the point.
Look, going into this quarter, right? They'd already reduced their expectations, right? They reduced them and they lost. So they reduced them from what the street wanted to like 2.5 million, if I remember correctly. Again, it's in the video I did that nobody watched, but that's okay. But it's not only did they not hit their numbers, they lost 200,000. Didn't help that they lost, obviously, the big bear country. But right now they are in the biggest bear pattern of all of this stuff, and it's the beginning of the slide. It's the final as Tom would call it, and we're at the apex of we're at the apex of the roller coaster, headed down the hill very quickly.
Well, I guess I want to know what the catalyst is, because we're way past Cooties, we're way past Dave Chappelle, we're way past any of this other shit. I just don't understand because
they don't have anything good, either like anything original.
Could
like,
it
I can't
also be
remember.
because people are going back to work and shit, and they're not at home watching movies all the time now?
I think they're waking up with that.
Yeah, probably not.
I think
I think it's a lack of quality.
Again, and then I suppose my other question is exactly how many subscribers did they have in Russia? But then if they're projecting that's a big chunk. 2 million is a big chunk, but in the overall grand scheme of Netflix, it's not a huge chunk in comparison.
Unless it becomes 2 million each quarter.
They are predicting a loss of 2.2 million in the next quarter, which means they're going to lose somewhere close to 4 to 5.
Yep, they
Yeah.
see culture on the same page, and then that means the next quarter, because they won't have time to address it. See, think of what did we talk about 6 weeks ago, Tom? When I was last on Midnight's Edge, you were explaining to me how long the process is to put a film together, even series. They're anywhere from 24 months to 12 months. And the script was saying when they rush them, they can take up to 6 months. So they start having these losses. Even if they started today, they're not going to be able to put anything out till next year if they're going to course correct. So they have it just going one quarter after the other. People who are already exhausted, reading the Disney material, reading everything that's going on in schools, everything else. And I think they're unplugging. That's just my opinion.
I also think it's not the best. Like I rarely watch Netflix anymore. HBO Max is probably one of my favorite streaming services right now, along with Amazon Prime. And if you haven't seen Severance on Apple, do yourself the favor.
You know what's interesting, Matt, is you just brought up one of the coolest things that you could have possibly. Warner Brothers Discovery merger is the only positive going into this right now. You're going to have losses across the board, with the exception of probably Amazon and Warner Brothers Discovery. So you hit the nail on the head. You're going to have Disney's going to get kicked in the sack. Paramount Plus is going to get kicked in the sack. Apple TV is going to get kicked in the sack. I mean, it's going to be a lot of sack kicking, right? Unless you're a free service like Peacock, and some of the other.
I think Amazon is fine.
Yeah,
Amazon's not going anywhere. They can't change.
I know they're not. I just wish they would take it in the balls.
And HBO Max just overtook Disney Plus.
They did. Yeah, Tom, you and I have been talking about that for 3 months now.
Well, right. Come on. They didn't even renew Hawkeye. It's so bad.
I don't think there was a renewal for Hawkeye.
It wasn't going to happen. It was the only thing that had like an upside was Loki.
Right, but everything else has gotten a renewal.
Not that I know of.
No, WandaVision hasn't.
Wanda, they said there was going to be a season 2.
No,
they said it should be in another project, which is the Multiverse of Madness.
It's not coming. Okay. Yeah, and not only that,
the article. Hold on.
No, and okay, so I'm going to go into some of the stuff. I don't really want to. So if Doctor Strange doesn't pull numbers, you're going to see some changes in Thor. If Thor doesn't pull numbers, you're going to see it's a snowball. They already set the precedent for it. It's been an ongoing situation since Spider-Man, right? Which is why they Sony was like, okay, we're going to let Morbius hit the fucking toilet bowl because we don't want to be tied to a thing that's going to anchor, a franchise.
Unless Doctor Strange is fucking horrible, it's projected to do very, very, very well.
It'll be all right. I think it's going to get $850 million. I mean,
I just think it needs another 150, maybe 200 more cameos.
It'll hit 1.2. I guarantee you it'll hit 1.2 billion.
Oh, no, word of mouth's going to crush it.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
There's too many cameos in this.
You
underestimate the drooling normies here.
54 cameos in that film, bro.
Yeah, Batman punches. Yeah. That's how the kind of people you got to deal with, right? Like, these are the same people. They don't give a fuck about the MCU.
I think also, Culture, you've got somewhat of an information bias because you have all this information and it's shaping. Most people don't. So they'll just go into it going, oh, there's going to be a lot of people from other films. Oh, I like those films, therefore this film will be good. That's how the majority of people go into films.
Yeah, but the last 3 or 4 Marvel films have sucked donkey balls.
But they haven't. That's what I'm saying. As soon as people find out that there's you're saying it's going to be bad because of word of mouth. I think it's going to have the opposite because people are going to say, oh, Professor X is in there. So-and-so is in there. They've got this in there. And that'll drive more people there because they like those characters from those films that they liked.
Bro, I shit you not. I'm watching the Doctor Strange trailer. And I was like, yeah. But as soon as I saw the X on that wheel,
told you,
I was like, oh man, I gotta go see it now.
And this is what I'm saying, Culture. That makes
listen to Matt. He's one of the normies.
Yeah, that makes this movie impervious to whatever's wrong with it right away because 90% of the people who would have a problem are just going to ignore that because fucking Wolverine's there. Or something like that. I guarantee you, like when we have 50 some cameos showing up, yeah.
Say that. Dude. Say that.
Thunderheart, who could actually play Wolverine.
That's right. Look, I'm going to say these in the weirdest possible way. If we get all 54 of the cameos that they shot, I mean, it's 100% a memorable film.
I heard more like in the 30s.
No, it's 50. It's 54. 54 cameos.
Yeah, but like 32 of them are in the same scene. It's like every X-Men ever. But no, like seriously, like I recognize and I can acknowledge that that's my normie. Like they're hitting me with the feels with just the chair. I admit it, but it still worked.
Oh, dude, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for. Okay, look, genre. Care. Okay, dude, this pissed me off today too. I covered this. I don't know, on one of the things that was on. Fandom, the wiki fandom started by one of the co-founders of Wiki, which super sucks balls now. They founded this Wiki thing, right? This Wiki fandom thing, and this fandom thing is talking about the fact that there is that Disney Plus has a 30% premium in value because of genre. I'm like, fuck you. Because it doesn't. Everything that they've brought out there in the world has been terrible. Outside of the people I respect, obviously Tina Bojan and a few others who actually appreciate what Disney Plus has brought to the table, has actually literally destroyed everything that they built in their universe. I'm sorry, it has truth.
Agreed.
It's the truth.
And by the way, any talk of like Moon Knight is this character study or whatever, if you go and watch Severance, the amount of detail and layers that each character in that show has is like in comparison, it's just night and day. You're like, oh, this is good writing. I see it now. Like I'm telling you, like Severance is really, really fucking good. Ben Stiller was the perfect choice because it has that almost like Hitchcock kind of feel to it, where like if it was with anyone else, like it would almost just play out normally. But because there's always just like this atmosphere of not darkness, but like something's off. You know what I mean? That the lens is slightly, bent a certain way, and everything feels like uncomfortable. Like there's something deep, and it's very atmospheric in the way that it's shot, and the way like it's Severance is a really fucking good show. Really need to check it out if you want good writing.
You've been on that bandwagon for a long time, but I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to go see this.
Oh hell yeah,
The Northman.
Yes, I'm seeing it Thursday night.
Okay, so I got the opportunity to hang out with one of the coolest humans on the planet. His name's Chris Gore, and Tom knows him. Tom knows everybody, by the way. And he actually got to interview, which is going to premiere very soon on Film Threat. Check out that channel. He got to interview Eggerts about the film.
Oh, really?
Going to have to check it out.
I love how all the criticism I've seen is like, oh, it's too bloody. Oh, he's just going crazy. So I'm like, dude, that's what I want. Like, it's the same thing with like Kingstown. Like when they were talking about that, they were like, it feels like it's from like 2005. I'm like, perfect. That was a great year. Sign me up. And guess what? It turned out to be a good show.
Yeah, Film Threat is as it's spelled on YouTube, just FILM space threat. THREAT threat. Do check it out, because let me tell you, Chris Gore is killing it over there. And, obviously he's also, does some work with
good man.
But he's a good friend, and Tom can speak highly of him as well.
I want to be him when I grow up.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. And as Tom points out, do support our friend Wes Moody webcast over on Odyssey. We were gonna pray he gets his channel back for YouTube being supermean.com. But
hey, I actually got an update, and it turns out that the 38 minutes since I appealed, they were able to review 9 years of content.
Wow.
And 10,000 hours, and that they decided no. So, hey, wow. That's amazing. We should put them in charge of the DMV. That's amazing efficiency. I don't know how to do it.
Does that mean that your channel's permanently gone now?
We're at the bugging them on Twitter phase. So at this point, it's a last ditch. But it's
all right. Well, let us know what we need to say, and then we'll scale this up. That.
I'm going to make Tom reach out to the quartering and G&G and everybody. We're going to make Tom do all the work here.
I think this is a good time for me to say that Mama Susan, like, I have no association with Wes, his opinions and or his content. You will not find me in any of his streams. And
he doesn't. My chat hates him. Ask them. Oh wait, you can't.
Okay. You guys, Wes is a personal friend of mine, a good human being, and a guy that never should be blocked for anything, unless it's in a porn theater. All right. Wow. We've gone a long time. We've gone an hour and 48 minutes. I love all you people. Everybody out there, you're incredible humans.
Yeah,
So yeah, and quicksand kickstand. I love that. I've been
Yes,
very
he
rude
has.
to
Thank
UT
you.
for you. Yeah. Wook's a beast. Yeah, and the Northman is long, says Sir Angus Fungus.
That's what his wife said.
2 hours and 20 minutes. Well, I've been told that also. Yeah. The rat mad jumping ship. Wow, bro. Easy, Larry. Alex McCarthy's like, of course not. The new episode of Moon Knight on. Oh God.
Why?
Is that actually, oh wait, is it tonight?
No,
Yeah,
it's like
it
on
is.
Thursday night, isn't
What's
it?
today?
No, it's tonight.
Today's Tuesday. I don't think it comes out on a Wednesday, Tuesday.
Well, we always talk about it on the stream that I do tomorrow morning with everyone. So,
Wait, you do a stream
it comes
tomorrow
out
morning with
Wednesday
everyone?
morning because this is Wednesday morning.
All right. Well, George has to leave us regardless. So, you know what, George? You get to do the first I'm getting the F out of here thing. So go ahead.
Thank you for having me, Culture. You know I love you. This is great. I really had a great time listening to Mads give movie reviews, even though he's not really somebody who picks
Say
good
something.
movies.
You're out your damn mind.
Though I did say you did pick Henry, but you have to kind of like wait 15 minutes for the good stuff. It's great seeing Tom. Love to see you, Tom. Great to meet everybody. Wes,
miss you.
We're gonna do
Oh, it is
everything we can.
420.
I'm gonna send your tweets out and call a couple of people, see what we can do. Help you as much as we can.
Absolutely.
And thank you again, everybody. I wish all of y'all to have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all Thursday. Putting out a new video tomorrow, so hope you all enjoy it.
Thank you, George. You are the best around. Nothing's ever going to keep you.
Fun fact. Way back when on 420, I was literally smoking.
What?
Isn't that how you enlisted?
Well, no, not that. Yeah, this was the date that I got blown up. Was 420. I literally got blown up on 420. So I
wow.
So did the kids at Columbine.
Wow,
trippy.
Is it an anniversary? Is that like you celebrate with a few firecrackers, or?
Oh my!
Just curious.
Hey, can you tell us about
Also
the
Hitler's
Hurt
birthday.
Locker?
Yeah,
Marty?
Hurt Locker.
Sadie really wants to go
Oh,
out.
wow. A Hurt Locker joke. Haven't heard one of those before. Yay, you.
All right. Tom wants to drain the main vein of the dog.
I don't. She has to go out.
All right, well, then I'm definitely
Bugging
moving
the
to
piss
Mad.
out of me.
Now I'm gonna make Mad go next. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tell Sadie to cross her legs or something. Mad, do a thing that says I'm leaving.
Thing.
I didn't know I was leaving. Am I leaving?
We're gonna leave soon. I mean, we've only got like 9 minutes left. So.
Oh.
You've only got 90 people watching. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wait, no, you know what? I'm not going to end. You know what? You just convinced me. George, I appreciate you being here, my friend. If you need to dip out, I understand. Tom, if you need to go let Sadie out, do it. Apparently, Matt and many other people have other things to talk about. So let's bring them up and let's get going.
If I don't go to sleep in 10 minutes, I'll come back.
All right, sounds good, George. I love you, man. Thanks for
dude.
being here, dude. You're
no pressure.
Later, dude.
Yeah,
George.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so what else do we have, kids?
I guess I gotta go let Sadie out. So.
Yeah, other than Ezra Miller being stupid. Oh wait, Ezra Miller was stupid.
I mean, again, I think
What did he
he's
do
being
this
set up.
time? Did he piss on someone?
You know what? Let me whip it out for everybody out there in the world. Let's see if I can share a thing. I mean, literally, not literally, not literally.
He's whipping it out. Back up.
I want to say this. This is one of the best pictures I think I've ever seen in my life. This kind of demonstrates to the world exactly what Ezra is about. You ready?
That was a drum roll. Sorry.
Ba-bam! There he is.
What a Chad.
Jesus Christ.
Frightening.
He's fabulous. Okay.
Interview with the vampire.
Interview with something. I don't know.
Horror?
Interview with Chadness.
Look, he says the flesh Flash star Ezra Miller arrested in Hawaii for the second time in 3 weeks. Police say the actor was booked for assaulting a woman early Tuesday morning. This dude is not.
Dude, he was just trying to place a chair using his speed and velocity, and she got in the way.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
But also in the same week, the guy that looks like him, that Keegan fellow who played the Joker, the discount Ezra Miller, also got arrested for assaulting someone. So I think that's quite funny as well.
I will be completely honest, right? Completely transparent when it comes to this person. Early on, I thought he was a very gifted actor when he was much younger, like 14, 15, 16 years old. What happened to him after that, I don't know.
Probably a casting couch.
Yeah, something definitely happened. Something definitely happened. And again, I mean, there are certain like things he says that I like can get behind, but this dude is in the cry for help mode.
I mean, I think the women are the ones crying for help.
Wow.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have picked a fight with a superhero.
Exactly. Again, I've said this before, man. It's such like it's so damning of Justice League. Of Justice League for like him to be a bigger badass in real life than he was in that movie, and all he's doing is running around beating up chicks.
I don't even know what to do with this story. I mean, like, I'm definitely going to what do you call it? This will be part of the 6 Minute Daily tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. But man, are you kidding me?
I'm not excusing his behavior last up because
I'm not going to do that either.
I'm not condemning it.
Oh man, we got so many people. I am up so late. You guys realize that I'm not going to get a proper number of hours of sleep.
Yeah, I got a show to do in the morning, so
pictures truly worth 1,000 words there.
Police say the actor was booked for assaulting a woman early Tuesday morning.
He threw a chair at a bitch and hit her in the head.
You're not. I'm gonna die. Ezra Miller, star of The Flash and Fantastic Breasts franchises, was arrested early Tuesday morning in Hawaii. In Hawaii Island. Wait,
Hawaii.
No. It's the Big Island. It's Kona. Why don't they don't fucking anyway? Sorry, for assaulting an unidentified woman at a private residence. A private residence. Weeks after he was arrested for disorderly conduct. This is the problem with like choosing pronouns. Like the news doesn't know how to cover shit. Anyway, in a press release, police say they received a call at 1:10 a.m. That's early. About an assault that took place during a get-together at a private residence in the Leilani Estates subdivision of Lower Puna.
Well, that's the high-end area.
Man, you sound like such a howly.
No, I don't, because I've anyway. According to the report,
race the sun.
Oh, come on! You have to know that reference, surely.
Come on, man.
According
to Howley.
Come on, it's one of the greatest solar racing films of all time.
That takes place in Australia. Yes.
According to the report,
with Halle Berry,
a 29-year-old actor became irate after being asked.
Hold on, real quick. Oh, you know who else is in there? Casey Affleck.
Oh, is that no? I thought that was discount Casey Affleck.
No, that's Casey Affleck. I'm pretty sure. I love how Grant and I are the only two that know what the fuck this movie is.
He was too fat, but he had a ticket, and it was his weight that won it in the end.
That's
story
right.
About how being fat can actually win you a race.
I thought it was his Hawaii spirit.
Yeah, no, it was his weight, and it was downhill.
That's right. Have y'all really not seen this movie, Race the Sun? I'll take your silence as a no. Check. Can we get somebody out there has to see it other than Grant and I? Oh man, we should watch it on Street Spots.
Yep, book it in.
Darius Munchausen said Leilani is my ex. She'll bang anybody. All right. Nothing good happens after midnight.
Untrue.
I think my mother said
after the Gremlins.
I think my mother said after 2 a.m., but I hear you.
I mean, after midnight, you have the entire day.
Captain Robert April says the obvious. Vocabulary note: they is plural in a pronoun. That's true. No. Kona, yes, Kona is a city on the Big Island. That's also true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jim Belushi.
I'm going to keep going. According to the report, the 29-year-old actor became irate after being asked to leave and reportedly threw a chair, striking a 26-year-old female on the forehead. Holy shit.
Told you.
Like, what kind of chair was it?
Well, it was a chair. I don't know. Resulting in an approximate half-inch cut. Well, that's decent-sized chair, bro. The victim did not seek treatment for the injury. No, probably a Band-Aid. Miller was arrested at a traffic stop, Jesus Christ, at 1:30 a.m. So he drove away after like throwing a chair at somebody for second-degree assault and released pending further investigation at 4:05 a.m. So like they like said, bro, take a 2.5-hour timeout and we're gonna like let you like walk off.
Seems fair.
This marks their second arrest in a little over 3 weeks. On the evening of March 27, Miller was booked and
multiple
charged.
People were arrested?
Say again?
There was a group of people getting arrested?
No. This is the problem with pronoun bullshit. It's still this person named Ezra. This marks... Okay, I'm going to fix it. Ready? Yep. This marks Ezra's second arrest in a little over 3 weeks. Does that fix it for you?
Thank you.
On the evening of March 27, Miller was booked and charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after an incident in a Hawaii karaoke bar, which we talked about extensively. It doesn't sound good for this. Okay, so here we go. Hawaii Police Assistant Chief Kenneth Quinocho later stated that Miller has been the subject of police calls 10 times since March 7th. Oh, by the way,
we don't know all of them were negative.
Over 20 according so far in the last year. By the way, they aren't reporting that, but anyway,
all of them were negative. We don't know that.
These incidents include filming people at a gas station, refusing to leave the sidewalk area of a restaurant, and arguing with people. Hours after
you don't have to leave the sidewalk.
No. Hours after being released on a $500.
You probably spent more on booze that night.
I don't even know what to say. This dude is just insane.
Just wilding out, man. I'd hang out with him.
Okay, so
it'd be weird if
maybe
celebrities
he's really smart with his assaults. He didn't technically choke a woman. He pushed her down by the chest. He didn't hit someone with a dangerous weapon. He passed them a chair aggressively. He went through a window because he thought it was his place. I mean, he might be doing some dumb things, but he's a very smart criminal.
He passed the chair to her aggressively. I'm shoplifting that one. Oh, that's good.
My dad was Department of Corrections at one point, and he had to deal with a prisoner that got unruly. And in the report, he said, "I placed him gently on the ground."
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how it goes. Like when I was a cop, like all of it would be like using the minimum amount of force necessary. I assisted the individual to the ground to prevent further harm to himself and or others.
Had to remove teeth with fists so biting would stop.
Yeah, like what it really like, it sounds nice, but if you look at the footage, somebody got slammed. She should have been talking smack.
So that's what a they is. I thought a they was like, conjoined twins.
You would think, but no, we're in 2022 and
it's not a lie.
Everything's fucking pronouns.
It's articulating the truth in a way that is favorable to you. That's not a lie.
I'm disassociated from reality at the moment. This guy, look, if this isn't a cry for help, I'm sorry. If this isn't a cry for help, what is? What is?
Is he auditioning to be the next Joker? Is that what's going on?
You know what? I honestly feel like this dude's fabulous. True story.
Dude.
I feel like they are fabulous. Thank you.
Man. Yeah. Don't get your channel nuked. That would be bad. Use the proper pronouns.
But okay, so see, this is the other problem. I
what?
I can't necessarily keep up with the Rolodex of stuff that some people want to be referred to as, and I shouldn't be expected to.
Zer is a neat one.
Yeah, I like that one too, man. Zer Zim.
I wonder if like the three-titted cat lady from Star Trek V would be a Zer.
No,
that would be a per meow.
Okay, so my favorite thing ever was obviously Douglas Adams, the triple-breasted whore from Eroticon 5 was fun. Did you ever watch the first Total Recall with Schwarzenegger?
I never watched the remake.
That one also had a three-titted lady in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very good.
And she was in Star Trek also.
I know.
Did she have 3 tits there too?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but you know what? That's like you need a different kind of bra. I mean, you not only do you really fill it out. Okay, so like if you only had
niche market,
if you only had two receivers for said ammo, one of them would be very full, and the other one would be not as full.
Real quick, I know that you're really into like bra construction.
Yes, but do you dress to the left or the right in that situation?
I do have a question though, because I have not seen the sequel, right?
What?
Because I know in sequels they always try to outdo the original.
They didn't.
Did they have a chick with 2 vaginas?
No.
It's not really a sequel.
Maybe it's a normal bra, and she puts
the
center boob above the other 2 boobs.
It's like a peeky boo.
Yeah.
I think they did something to homage it, but the remake was PG-13 and
it was terrible.com.
It was terrible.com, yeah.
You can't show a vagina in a PG-13.
You can't even show tits anymore. Used to could.
Whatever happened to that? Like that was the
thing
about PG-13.
What about side boob?
I don't remember. I watched it like once, and I think I stabbed myself with a pencil afterwards to try and forget it.
Yikes! Well, like in the temple.
Something like that. I think it was. It was my ear.
All right.
No, kangaroos though, they have multiple.
Sometimes I can stick a pencil up my nose and I found a spot that tickles and I forget things.
So we're gonna roll out, guys, very soon. But I want to ask this question: does anybody care about the AH and the depth thing that's happening beyond?
I mean, I care. I watched today for the depth part, if I'd have known Hamada was going that one day, I've been looking for that section. I want to hear his
what
testimony.
Oh, dude, if you are Warner Brothers, Disney, or any of these entities that got dragged into this shit, you're like, Amber.
I know, right? That's why I
haven't had any interest.
Yeah.
Like I get it. She's weird.
Oh yeah, and this is one of my buddies here made a good point. Doc Hollywood was rated PG-13. It had full
he used to be able to get
Michael
away
J.
with
Fox.
Well, not only that's the first
that
episode.
was what, 3 years ago, though.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't in a sexual nature, you could show tits.
Well, I mean, they showed it in the very first episode of Stargate SG-1, full frontal.
They even had PG films back in the day before PG-13 existed. As long as it wasn't while they were having sex, they could show full frontal.
I absolutely loved Doc Hollywood. That was one of the best films. It had
i.e. Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it had
Michael J. Fox.
That of course, but the chick was smoking hot. But it had the best actor ever, the guy that played Charles Emerson Winchester.
Did you ever see the Doc Hollywood remake?
Wait,
no.
L. Ron Hubbard?
Yes, you have. It's called Cars.
Oh. On that note, we have to dip because all of us are old and tired. So
justice for Wes.
Yeah.
Yes, justice for real quick. Let me explain the L. Ron Hubbard. One of his pen names was like Remington Colt Winchester, like maybe 2 more guns on top of that.
Enclave the third.
Yeah, some shit like that. Because like they didn't want more than like
Esquire.
one rider.
Oh, Esquire. Sorry, not Enclave. Sorry, wrong one.
Oh yeah. Grant knows this. Yeah, so
Yeah,
like,
dude, I'm all about the e-meters.
L. Ron Hubbard would take like butcher paper and put it in his typewriter and just do a shit ton of speed and because he got paid like per word. And his motto was first draft, last draft, get it out of the door. Which in of itself could have used a redraft. That's it.
Yeah. By the way, Mad, since you're on the screen, do your see you later.
See you later.
Okay, that wasn't quite what I was looking for. My editor and chief, I don't even know if that's right.
You're still
the guy that does things for me.
I don't even think that sounds right either. But yeah, thanks for having me on again. Yeah, Wes, we need to everyone just get a unified message for Wes so we can get his channel back. Yeah, that's all I care about at the moment. Let's help Wes out.
That's true. 100%. Yeah, whatever cast is out there, kids, go get it. Speaking of whatever, the man that's another brick in the wall, Steven.
Oh man.
Well, first
looked like Nick Vujicic there for a second.
Shit. Well, first off, I'm surprised that my camera actually worked throughout an entire live stream. So
it works.
Yay. Such as it is. Okay, I am Deleted Scenes, and I am the co-host of Saturday Serial, along with Matt Allen on his channel, Bud Boy Productions. You can also find me on Pulp Culture Minefield on Fridays and Saturdays, Rambling Canucks Karaoke Saturday night, and you can also find me on the panel on Jedi Bill's channel. And if anybody is looking for great original entertainment, go to Amazon Prime and see a show called Outer Range with Josh Brolin. It is excellent. It's a real mind bender. Yeah, he's outstanding in it. I mean, if he doesn't get nominated for an Emmy for this, then there's just no justice. He's
indeed.
By the way, we should raid Kai. By the way.
Oh yeah, Kai needs some love, but the guy that needs the most amount of love, I'm going to pull up on the screen right now because
it better not be Tom. Oh, okay.
Newt.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on Late Night Culture. It's great to be here, and regardless of what happens with the channel, and it doesn't look like the old channel's coming back. They have no idea who they're messing with, and I'm not going to give up. I never give up.
We'll get at quarter rolls. That'll teach him.
Absolutely, and I've got some amazing friends here on the panel and out there in the fellowship and the fandom collective, and we're going to keep plugging away, and we're going to come back bigger, better, and stronger than ever before.
Absolutely.
And, so keep moving forward. Don't forget to subscribe to whatever cast. See, I've already got it in the works.
There you go, brother. I appreciate you, love you, and we will do what we can. And this man is in charge of the frontal brigade. Well, and also he happens to be my internet wife, apparently.
You acknowledged me.
Shut up.
Did you know that Skydance just signed a deal with Star Wars?
Yes. What?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Tom, do something.
I did.
Cool.
It's that chick that from did Naughty Dog.
What?
Yeah,
what?
The chick from that was part of the Naughty Dog video game thing. She's going to be running the Star Wars thing with Sundance.
Oh, okay.
According to my inside source.
Okay, well, here's a reverse inside source. Tom, tell them.
David Ellison is the one who owns that company. But anyway, Midnight's Edge in the morning. Shit's happening. Yeah.
And I might be there if I get a chance.
Get some sleep, my friend.
I gotta go to bed.
Right here.
All right. Tom. Yeah, Tom's awesome. And kind of,
Well, 6 Toms in a row. That was insane.
He was important. He's important to my life and well-being. other things. But
we didn't have a Tuesday tirade today.
I feel
Tommy's my wife.
Dude, I couldn't help
prove me right?
I was very busy. Okay, I was very busy not getting selected for a grand jury, but Mad thinks there we go.
Amy Hennig.
Oh, you weren't kidding.
Yeah.
Somehow. I like that headline. That is hilarious.
And interestingly enough, this is the person that put together the best times for fucking Naughty Dog ever. That's insane.
Yep. Anyway.
Well done, Mad. You get a hug. By the way, guys, do subscribe to everybody on this panel. I have to say I had a great time this evening. I am way beyond the bedtime. I'm sacrificing a lot of sleep. We do have the 6-minute daily tomorrow morning. We have a video that's already edited by Grant Gregory. I'm sure that's going to be up. I don't even know what it is. It might be
Street Smarts.
It might be Zuckerberg. Yeah, we've got Street Smarts coming up. We've got.
I knew I had something to do. That makes sense. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
I do have a channel now, and I just want to tell you that since they took away the Netflix, I'm doing new reviews of old films on my new channel called New Reviews from Old Films. And tomorrow we're talking about Smokey and the Bandit. That's right. It's the Burt Reynolds and the Jackie Gleason classic with Sally Field. You like her, you really, really like her, and you will really like this movie. It has tons of fun and cars and excitement and hilarious splashes and fun and excitement. And yeah, it came out in 1977. That's a long time ago.
It was such a good film.
It was.
And for those who don't know, that's in the past.
That's in the past. Way back.
Speaking of way back,
next week we are watching Back to the Future, speaking of. And I'm wondering, is Michael J. Fox getting back to the future? Find out.
I think he's struggling just holding the cup up, to be honest.
Michael J. Fox was in that very good show on the TV. Good Times.
Silver Spoons?
Yes.
Okay. Beyond all of that, I want to say thanks for being here, everybody. I love all of you. You know what? Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
See ya.
Like memories
oh my fucking god!
Oh, thank God the outro's not loud or anything.
What a great volume level! My God!
With every word that I've said.
My ears are bleeding in fucking techno. What the fuck?
How's it supposed to feel?
I think this is his way of making sure nobody goes and listens to anyone else. Because of
I was going to make a comment about how Matt brought that article up. I can't wait to see it 2 days from now, but no one can hear it.
I turned it down. Everybody, gosh, you know what? Just enjoy the outro. The audience can't hear you bitching. Oh, wait.
Who the fuck? Who did all this like transition BS with the overlays? Like,
third wife Olga.
You know what? That's really very.
What is that on her head? Is that a pearl necklace across her eyebrows?
Yes, I gave her a pearl necklace.
That's hurtful, man. Why did you do that?
Do what?
What?
Say that hurtful thing.
About her pearl necklace?
My fucking Russian ears are deaf.
You guys are so mean to me. Good night.